I just popped the link to the little live stream into the chat, so if you guys want to share that.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Just making sure everybody's coming on board. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. People are gasping at my visage. Welcome to the NoSleep stream, Halloween streaming, Hallow stream. How about that for fun, right? Hey, no sighs, no exasperated sighs of disgust in the background. I'm not going to wear this too long, so I'll share it with you fine folks coming in early. We are getting ready to go. Well, of course, we are live now, but we're going to get officially started very soon. How is everyone doing on Halloween? Are you having a happy Halloween?
I mean, hi.
Lots of people joining us. Marvelous. Seeing lots of wonderful people on the stream. People are talking about a mask. Not sure which one they're referring to. Oh dear. Lots of sounds and thumps and bumps. Come on in, one and all. Handling all the technical details here. And now the scariest image of them all. Hello, everybody. As you can probably tell, if you have been on our other live streams, I'm in a different location right now. Got the fire going in the background. I'm in a cabin in the woods for Halloween. That's right. Oh, scared me, that fireplace. It's a rockin'. All righty. So come on in, join the chat, hang out with everybody. We are going to be ready to rock very soon here. Oh, we're 5 after 3. That's a lot later than we usually wait to make it official. So, welcome everybody to the NoSleep Halloween live stream 2020. It is Halloween Day, soon to be Halloween Eve, if that's not redundant. I'm David Cummings. I'm the host of the show, and I welcome you in. And as I mentioned before, we've got the fire going. We've got the pumpkin ready to carve, or will the pumpkin carve us? That's the question, right? It is Halloween after all. So we've got a lot on. This is going to be a special live stream. We're going to do a couple of stories, and then in the middle, we're going to have an hour-long session where a bunch of people will be joining us, a bunch of people on the team, and we're going to share lots of fun stories and just have laughs and chills and thrills and lots of sweet candy to drip into your ears. Molten sugar burning your ears because it's Halloween. That's what you do, right? Well, that's what we do in Canada anyways. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time before I introduce the man I always start with. You can hear him diddling away in the background. On the keyboard, our maestro from Cincinnati, Ohio, Mr. Brandon Boone. Come on in, Brandon.
Diddling.
Check it out. Check out Brandon.
I'm
Look at
Dadula.
Dadula. Oh, my goodness. That is very special. You look great, Brandon.
Thank you. You do too.
Do you really have eye makeup on?
I do.
That is commitment. Unless you usually do.
I have gray in my hair, and that's makeup too, I promise.
Yes, I shaved my head for this stream.
Smart.
Yes, indeed.
And I have this lovely lisp now for the rest of the live stream.
Yes. So you have some bridge work done on the old teeth there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, the lighting looks great. Costume is great. Well done, Brandon.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Who is next we can bring on? Well, if Brandon's here, who else should be next? But the one and only South Dakotan, Jessica McAvoy. Come on in, Jessica. Jessica, hello. You are muted. Jessica.
Shh. You don't need to hear me. I'm just a voice actor.
Rookie.
I wasn't prepared. It was like, oh, we're so excited. I was like, oh, that's got to be someone else. We got to be introducing someone else.
Well, welcome, Jessica.
Audrey's in chat. My sister, my own sister, saying ew. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Sisterly love. Well, you're getting it from your spiritual brother and Brandon and your real sister. So.
Oh, I love both of them so much.
Indeed. It's funny. I got to pull up the participants list here to remember who's coming on here. Well, we've got Brandon, we've got Jessica. Why don't we bring in the lovely, the talented Rochesterian, Nicole. Good night. Come on in, Nicole.
Hello.
Look at Nicole. Look at those ears, those whiskers, and that little kitty nose.
The little teeny nose.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. I thought you said Rod Chesterian, and I was like, who is Rod Chesterian? I was very confused.
That's hilarious. Yes, well, that's what we'll call you from now on, Rod Chesterian.
No, not everyone can know that name.
Right. Well, wonderful to have you. Thank you for dressing up.
Thank you. Of
lovely.
Course.
This is amazing. Jessica, I never found out what you are going as tonight.
I went as
the
the ghost of Halloween past.
Right. Back in the days when we could do live tours. Yes, indeed.
Right.
I'm not crying.
You'll mess up your makeup, Brandon. You
yeah,
can't cry.
your mascara will run. Well, let's bring in the other member of our cast that we're going to be doing the first story with, and that, of course, is Jersey's own Graham Rowitz. Va-va-voom. There we go.
Or you can call me Rod Chesthair.
Rod Chesthair. That is
I've
the
seen your
perfect.
movies.
Yeah, this
I
certain
was young,
movies.
I needed the money.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, welcome, Graham.
Hello.
This is
Hello.
great.
No costume.
You're just the man in the booth.
My pandemic wizard's gray that's coming in really nicely. So
That's
One might
street.
even call it a swoosh.
ooh.
You're dressed up as Graham.
Brandon is mortified. Hilarious. Well, welcome, folks. Well, this is great. So just to give you a quick overview of what we're doing today, this is going to be an extra live stream. We're going to run for probably until around 6 o'clock tonight. That's 6 o'clock Eastern time. So that's in the next 3 hours. So as I said, we're going to do sort of an hour-long story. Then we're going to take an hour to chat with you folks, bring in a lot of people, and then we're going to finish with another story. And then there'll be lots of people joining us. And in fact, before we go into the story, why doesn't everybody else come back on stream here? We've got a lot of people waiting in the wings, so come on in, everybody.
At the same, everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
All of
Blow it
us?
up, blow it up.
Boom.
Hello.
Look at all these people coming in.
We just crashed YouTube.
Oh no,
We can't handle 8 people at the same time.
I hope we
9.
didn't.
Oh, how many kimonos? 1 kimono max.
Look how many
speaking
people
of
we
which,
were
chest hair,
hiding.
you got nothing on me, chest hair. Come on. What are you doing?
There's
What are you
Rod
talking
chest
about?
hair.
Kyle,
on.
this is a family channel.
Hey,
Oh, is
no
it?
nipples are shown. It's fine.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
we
no.
lost Atticus.
No.
Help!
What have you done,
Atticus is going as
Atticus?
connection problems.
Help me! It's eating me! Oh, I'm back.
Are we all good? Is everything? I keep hearing about things are crashing. Are we all looking good on YouTube over there?
I was
Yeah,
just joking.
nothing's crashed.
I'm just not good at computers.
So we have who do we have with us? We got, of course, Kyle Akers. Give us a
Hello.
wave, Kyle.
Hi.
Good to see you. We've got Ellie Hirschman. Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Mr. David Cummings. How are you?
I am well. You are deep in a vein, I think. There are you?
Yes, I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get
Master
some more swimming in.
Mitosis!
We have Atticus Jackson. Good to see you, Atticus.
Hello.
Wonderful. Jimmy Ferrer. Hello, Jimmy.
Hola.
Hola, all the way from the West Coast. Marvelous. And look at that creepy looking nun known as you don't like it when I say Olivia. Olivia White. Hello, Olivia.
Hello. I am actually on video. I'm just really, really still. I'm a very still person.
Very
I was
still.
impressed.
That is impressive.
Your
That's
costume
great.
as a nun-dressed mannequin is absolutely perfect.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is amazing. So so as I said, we'll bring everybody back after we do our first story, and we will hang out. We'll share some short stories. Maybe we have some real ghost stories to share with you. We are NoSleep this afternoon, so it should be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining us, everybody, both on the stream and in the chat and watching what we do. We are going to get started into our first story. So we'll bid farewell to our guests, as it were.
Bye.
I miss you, Kyle.
Bye.
I'll be back.
Bye, chest hair people. Awesome. So this is going to be fun because we, as I mentioned, I'm not in my normal setting, and so I've cobbled together things. I didn't even think we were going to have sound effects, if you can believe it or not, but I was able to cobble something together for this, and we might try to get some sound effects going here. So, other than of course, the sound of the fire snapping and cracking and popping in the background, so that'll add some ambiance to it. Alrighty, so we are going to do our very first story, and here again I've got to do some technical skidibs here. It's amazing what you can do in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the mountains, in a cabin in the woods, with a fire pit out there, with marshmallows and graham crackers, and yes, even Hershey's chocolate. All righty. Now, what am I doing?
You're talking about fireside snacks.
Let's talk about all the things he'd rather be doing.
No, I am. I'm trying to set a mood, but I'm just. Hi there. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm David Cummings. I'm the host of the show. Just start right over here. The first story we're going to do for you. Now, the two stories we're doing are a classic NoSleep Halloween live scripts that we've done in the past. In fact, I think this first story we did a studio production of, and we released it on a bonus episode. So you may have heard this one. You may be familiar with it. But what's going to be fun is that Mr. David Alt, sadly, is, I literally was going to say decomposed. He is what's the word? He's indisposed. That's the word I'm looking for. So he can't make it. So we have the American version of David Alt, known as Mr. Graham Rowett.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to be doing a story written by the great Jimmy Giuliano, and this one is entitled Victor's VHS Vault. So we hope you enjoy this fun story. And it begins, well, you see, of course, it's Halloween. Street lights flicker and buzz, leaves blow and rustle along the asphalt. A dog barks in the distance. Liam and Bree walk carefully through the empty and overgrown parking lots. Their footsteps echo through the crisp autumn night.
So, where exactly is this party?
The invitation says 275 Wilson Drive, but
This is an abandoned industrial park. Are you sure you're reading it correctly?
let's see here. Join us for a haunted evening of thrills and chills at the Palmer All Hallows Eve Extravaganza, 275 Wilson Drive. See, we're in the right spot. Maybe we're early.
Let me see that. Liam, we're in the wrong town.
Things could be worse.
You have chocolate on your face. Does that count?
Oh, thanks. A little Halloween indulgence. These fun size never quite taste like the real thing, do they?
Come on. Let's go back to the car.
Wait.
What?
Did you hear something?
No.
Shh. Just listen. I think it's the sound of my knee hitting the pavement.
What are you talking about?
As I propose to you on your favorite night of the year. Bree Duncan,
Oh, God.
will you...
Don't finish that. Put that ring away. Get up. On your feet, soldier. Up.
I just thought...
Liam, we've talked about this. I'm not ready to get married.
It's because I had chocolate on my face before, isn't it? And then I licked my finger.
Of course not. I mean, it didn't help. You still have a little right there.
I'm sorry.
Sweetie, when it's time, it's time. And I do love you. I do, but why can't we just be together without some dark marriage cloud hanging over our heads?
I just thought... it's Halloween. You love Halloween. You love to be scared.
For the record, I am incapable of being scared.
Okay, well, I figured I'd take you to someplace that might scare you. We'd make it official, and this would be this great Halloween story we'd tell everyone. It would be our day, something we both love.
Yes, I love Halloween. But I love giving candy to trick-or-treaters, bad horror movies, grim grinning ghosts, you know? Not Murderville Corporate Park. And is there even a party?
That might have been a ruse on my end.
Can we just go, please?
Wait,
What?
do you see that?
If you propose to me again right now, I swear to God, Liam.
No, I'm serious this time. Look over there, across the way. It just lit up. Unit C.
Is that a video store?
What the hell is a video store doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
Or even existing in this decade in the first place?
Victor's VHS Vault.
That sounds awesomely kitschy. Let's go check it out.
Whoa. I thought we were in Murderville Corporate Park.
I told you, I am incapable of being scared.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Come on. Do you want me to enjoy my favorite day of the year or not? Maybe we can watch some really cheesy movie when we get home.
I am not going in there.
You owe me after that proposal fiasco. You know you do.
Fine. But let's just play it cool, okay? I'm not sure what kind of person opens up a video store on Halloween night in a condemned neighborhood. It could be a little you know, off.
Trick or treat.
Is it okay if we come in?
I'm in no mood for trouble.
Play it cool. Don't antagonize him. Our apologies. And we promise we aren't.
There's an old saying, the first customer of the day is always the most trouble.
Psycho!
Pray, good God. I'm terribly sorry, sir. You seem like quite the non-psychotic person to me.
Liam! That thing he said, the first customer of the day, it's from the movie Psycho. You know, Alfred Hitchcock.
Hey, you know your cinema.
Well, I know my horror movies, if that's what you mean.
Horror is the best kind of cinema. And welcome to Victor's VHS Vault, the best kind of video store.
And you must be Victor, I take it.
This place is my namesake and my pride and joy.
I'm Liam, and this is Bree, my pride and joy. We almost got engaged a few minutes ago.
No, we didn't.
Well, please have a look around. I like to think of the VHS Vault as being a mix of old and new. You'll probably recognize some of your favorites, but hopefully the vault has a few surprises up its sleeve.
Liam, this place is amazing. Look at all the awesome cover art. I feel like a kid again.
How are we supposed to watch these? We don't own a VCR.
Each rental comes with a complimentary VCR loaner.
I literally take a VCR home with me?
Yeah, every place needs a gimmick. It's all part of the experience.
Oh my God. I haven't thought about some of these in years. My teacher is a Sasquatch? Haunted Hillbilly Cemetery! Holy crap, I'm sorry you're dead? Oh, I remember watching that at a sleepover when I was like 12.
I'm actually partial to the sequel. I'm sorry you're dead again.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry you're dead again? That doesn't make a lick of sense.
Oh, get off your high horse, honey.
Vampire parents from outer space. What makes them different than Earth vampires?
That's a classic. Here, let's pop it in. I often leave these queued up to some of my favorite parts. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, there's the coffin. Do you have the stake? Right here. When we open the lid, do not look into his eyes. He will cast a spell on you, okay? Got it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. My God, it's true. He's sleeping the sleep of the undead. Hammer the stake into his heart. We don't have much time. I'm not sure I can. Christ, this is Mr. Peters. This man coaches my daughter's soccer team.
He isn't a man anymore. He's a vampire parent from outer space. Stephen, what's wrong? Don't look into his eyes. Stephen, hammer the stake.
I do not serve you. I only serve the master.
Stephen, no!
I love that one. Hey, did you notice the guy in that film sounds a lot like you? Huh. Anyways.
That movie is amazing.
I thought these were supposed to be horror films.
What, getting mauled by an intergalactic vampire servant isn't scary enough for you?
Well, it's a little corny.
That's what makes it great.
I just think it'd be nice if we found something that really got my pulse racing. It's Halloween, after all.
Get your pulse racing. Get your pulse racing. I have just the one. It's called Pool Party Werewolf Weekend.
You don't understand, Mrs. Harris. This pool party is going to be a bloodbath.
What are you talking about, dear?
Trevor just got back from a trip to Wales. He's been acting really funny. He told everyone he got bit by a wild animal. And look what I found in his locker.
What am I looking at here?
He checked out books about werewolf curses and gypsy fortune tellers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you see? Trevor is having a pool party on Saturday.
And
It's at night. He wants everyone there close to sunset, which is at 7:40. And there's going to be a full moon.
I see. What would you like me to do about it?
Call his parents. Expel him. You're the principal. Do something.
I won't sit here any longer and listen to this nonsense. Now, please.
But
Go back to class. Now.
fine.
And Miss Smythe, sunset is officially at 7:43 on Saturday.
How did you know that?
Oh, just intuition, I suppose.
Well, that was terrible.
What are you doing right now? Can't you just enjoy this? This is Halloween. It's supposed to be fun.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm still a little thrown off after having my hopes and dreams railroaded out in the parking lot.
I'm not trying to hurt you, Liam. You know how I feel about marriage.
I just thought if I found a really scary movie, then you'd be really impressed. Your love for Halloween would grow exponentially, and then...
And then I'd agree to marry you.
I'm a hopeless romantic, I guess.
You know what? I'm in. Let's do it.
Oh!
I've never been scared by a movie before, so what do I have to lose?
Well, you might have to marry me.
Okay, here's the deal. If I'm not scared, you can't propose to me for at least 5 years.
3 years.
Fine. 3 years.
Shake on it.
All right, Victor, what do you have for us?
Well, we do have a movie recommendation service here at Victor's VHS Vault. It's currently in beta mode, but you're welcome to test it out.
What is it? Like a quiz?
It's a little more complicated than that. Would you like to see it? It's right underneath the counter.
Sure.
Okay, let me just get it out here. Here we are.
What is that thing? It looks like medical equipment.
Well, this is the future of movie recommendations. Guaranteed to create on the spot a customized movie completely tailored to your interests and sensibilities.
Is that a virtual reality headset?
Well, I'll tell you how it works. Basically, you stick these sensors on your temples and place the headset over your head. I trigger the device, and the sensors detect exactly what you would like to see in a movie. Things that make you laugh, cry, or in this case, petrified with fear.
I'm not tracking here, so it recommends a movie?
On the contrary, it builds one for you. That's right, using a database of millions of video clips and images. The results get quickly dubbed on a blank videotape, and you walk away with the perfect movie that no one else has ever seen before.
So, what does the headset do?
Think of it as a sneak peek. You'll see snippets of the assembled cut as the sensors run their algorithms.
I'm not sure about this. Those movie recommendation systems can't be trusted. Netflix pegged me at 87% likely to enjoy Gilmore Girls.
Liam, you love Gilmore Girls.
I know, it was way off.
Trick or treat?
Why do all my customers say trick or treat so timidly? You need to exclaim it!
I'm sorry. Look, I need a movie. I'm on my way to a Halloween party, and I was supposed to bring something scary, but then the babysitter was late. My son dumped a jar of spaghetti sauce on... It doesn't matter. I just need a movie fast.
Take your pick. There's hundreds.
They're all VHS tapes, just a heads up.
I'd actually think they'd prefer that. Total hipsters, you know?
You said you wanted something scary, right?
Ideally, yeah, and not the usual crap. These people have seen everything. They take Halloween really seriously, you know?
I know the type.
Oh, you can try out the machine.
Yes, by all means, try out the machine because it looks real safe.
You mean that stuff on the counter that looks like ultrasound equipment?
It's actually a sophisticated movie creation system. You are guaranteed to walk away with the scariest film imaginable.
Scariest film imaginable?
Guaranteed. It works by...
I don't care. Does it take long?
Only a few minutes, tops.
Great, let's do it. I need to be at this party a half hour ago. What do I do?
Okay. Now, wonderful that you're doing this. Now, okay, you're going to take these sensors right here, place them on your temples. Yeah, that's right. Stick them right on. Very good, very good. Now, place this headset over your head like so. Perfect.
You guys aren't going to rob me or something, are you? Because that would really suck.
Of course not. And I should mention, this process only works if you let yourself go. You have to be vulnerable, really hone in on your worst fears, the unimaginable, the things that rot away in the pit of your stomach or are kept hidden away in the back of your mind, the things you refuse to let yourself think about.
Oh, well, I...
Okay, now, one moment, please. There we go. There. Now, focus.
Well, I guess I'm not sure what I really fear. I guess, well, there's my son. I'm not afraid of my son, but his father went for a drive 2 years ago and never came back. Now it's just me and Alex, and some days I'm not sure if I can do it. If I can really give him everything he needs, if I can always protect him, and Alex, he sees things under his bed at night. I used to rush in and show him that everything was okay, that nothing really lives under his bed, but it happens so much that I don't rush in as fast as I could anymore because I'm tired, you know? Alex calls it the cold night thing. He can see its breath. And it touched him once, he said. He said its fingers were ice cold and... I can see it. It's in the headset. Jesus Christ, what is this? Is that... It's my son. Sleeping and this thing is crawling out from under the bed. Alex? Can you hear me, Alex? How is this?
And here we are, one brand new movie hot off the press, just for you. And it's called, Cold Night Thing. How appropriate.
What is this? How did you...
It's okay, it's okay. You didn't really see your son. You thought you did because you let yourself go. The images manipulated you.
I don't understand. I need to go. I need to go check on my son.
Don't forget your movie. It's on the house. And here's my card. Victor's VHS Vault is happy to serve you. Another satisfied customer.
My God. Give me those sensors. This looks like barrels of fun.
Liam.
No. A gentleman always goes first. I better test it out before you go, safety check.
We're really going to do this?
How else can we truly settle our bet? This thing obviously works. Victor, hand me those sensors and headset, please.
Yeah, here you go.
Dear Lord.
Okay, that's it. Get it on like that. All settled?
Yeah. Fire it up.
All righty.
Let's get horrific.
All righty. Now, just let yourself go, Liam.
Okay. I see. God, is that... Wow, this is... No. Not like that.
Liam, what's happening? What are you seeing?
It's, yes.
Liam, say something!
Alrighty, another film ready for the premiere. Now this one is called Sorority Mummy Sleepover.
Sorority? Mummy? Sleepover?
Truly shocking stuff. I was on the edge of my seat.
You ass!
Ouch! That hurts!
You weren't scared at all! You were turned on!
I mean, some of it was kind of scary, you know. It was dark. Darkness is scary.
The readout confirms that Liam never gave in to his fears. His thoughts were, shall we say, elsewhere.
Well, we best be taking sorority mummy sleepover and heading home. It's getting kind of late.
I honestly can't believe you. This is why I won't marry you.
What?
Because you don't take anything seriously.
That is not true.
You didn't take this seriously. You had no sympathy for that poor woman who was absolutely petrified. This whole night has been one big joke to you.
One big joke? I literally proposed to you 15 minutes ago. I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you.
That was a half-baked marriage proposal, and you know it. Halloween night in an abandoned industrial park? Really?
It's technically not abandoned. I mean, Victor is here.
Leave me out of this.
You know what? Give me those sensors. I'm ready. Let me do this so we can move on from this stupid bet.
The bet wasn't to use the machine. You don't have to...
Victor? Sensors, headset, please.
As you wish. Now focus, Bree, focus. Find the thing that's really frightening you. The thing that gnaws away at your soul. Shh. Focus.
Honey? What are you seeing in there? Bree? Baby?
Yeah, here we go, our last movie of the night. This one is called...
Nope. Just don't. Give me that.
Honey? Bree, where are you going? Hey, wait for me! Hey, hold on a second. Hey, slow down!
Feels colder out here, doesn't it? Does it feel colder to you?
Bree, talk to me. What did you see in that headset?
I saw... us. Snippets of us over time. And we were married. And then all of these horrible things. Some small and some big. There was fighting and yelling, screaming. I think you lost your job at some point, and then your mother moved in. It was hard to tell at times. And we wanted to have a baby, and we couldn't. It wouldn't work, and we argued over money, and this and that, and everything. And we hated each other. We hated each other, Liam. I felt it. I really, really felt it. And then, in the end, you came at me with an axe.
What?
You killed me, Liam. We hated each other, and you killed me. You swung the axe into my chest and into my skull, and then you took your own life.
What the hell is this? How is any of this possible?
I don't know.
Let me see that tape. Till death do us part. Bastard couldn't resist a play on words.
So, I guess you win, right? We're getting married. You win the bet.
This can't be real.
Is it still in your pocket?
What are you talking about?
The ring.
Oh, it is. This isn't right. Excuse me for a second. I have someone I need to speak with. Hey! Trick or treat, Victor!
Hey, finally, a little enthusiasm.
What? Oh, I mean, what is your problem?
I'm sorry?
Scaring my girlfriend half to death. Where do you come off? I'm gonna murder Bree? Is that what's gonna happen?
Whoa, slow down. I thought you two were smarter than this.
What are you talking about?
It's all fun and games. These are parlor tricks. You don't believe that silly machine actually works, do you?
But how did you do it? Bree saw things. I saw things.
It's a Halloween trick. It's no different than a tarot card reader or a horoscope in the newspaper. You project your own fears into the headset. You trick yourself into seeing the things you see.
It was so specific.
Everyone has their tells. It's actually quite simple. The first woman was a single mom, so of course her fear is losing her son. So I piped in some fairly stock footage of a boy being terrorized, and her mind took care of the rest. And Bree, well, it was obvious from the moment she walked inside what her fear was.
Marriage.
Bingo. Marriage. I queued up the marriage low-light reel, added in a little Jack Torrance axe special at the end, and you got yourself a glimpse of the future. It's amazing what the human mind is capable of.
So those things aren't going to actually happen, are they?
No, Liam, they're not.
So, no sorority mummy sleepover?
No sorority mummy sleepover. I'm sorry about that, but you never take the process seriously, so, you never had a chance. The machine only works on people that really give in to their fears.
Hypothetically, of course.
Of course. Hypothetically.
Okay. Well, I have to go. Bree is still very upset, I imagine.
Yeah. Hey, I almost forgot.
What?
Congratulations, you're an engaged man now, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am.
Why so glum? You two should celebrate.
Right. Celebrate.
You've reached Victor's Vhs Vault. I'm sorry I can't come to the phone right now. Leave a message after the tone, and I'll get back to you.
Hello? Someone please pick up. I'm trapped in a closet right now. I don't know who else to call. Your card is still in my hand. And oh, God. In the house, the babysitter is dead, and my son is gone, and this thing. Oh, God, it's here. Let's make it go away. This shouldn't be possible. Please tell me what to do. Help me. Somebody help me. It's here. This thing is here. Oh, God, I can't.
All Hallows Eve, my favorite night of the year. I hope everyone out there has a very happy Halloween. See you in the movies.
Bravo, bravo.
Hello, hello. Well, thank you, everybody.
Speaking as someone who was recently engaged and married, David, does any of this give you pause?
Yes, I don't know how those thoughts of axe murderers and stuff like that. Scary stuff. Hello, everybody. Come on back in. The whole team is coming in. Look at everybody.
We've got faces on there.
We've got some David Alt action.
David
Hello,
Alt.
David.
Hi.
A wonderful surprise
Named
you've given
myself
us.
Graham Rowitz, but yeah.
Two David Alts in chat.
I was called the American David Alton. I took that as a high compliment.
I'm sorry for cheating on you, David.
I understand, Jessica. I mean, I think Graham carries off the straight man a bit better than I do.
Wonderful. And Thea. Hello, Thea from, remind me again, is it Sweden?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Hello.
Sweden. Thea is one of our wonderful artists, and we're thrilled. Illustrators, welcome to the stream. Good to have you.
Thank
you. We have voice actors. We've got Jimmy, who's a big help on our Facebook page, admitting that. And we've got writers like Gemma Moore has joined us. Hello, Gemma.
Good evening.
Gemma, the first time I'm seeing you today.
Yes, welcome for the first time, Gemma. That's awesome.
It's your everyday makeup, Gemma?
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I want to take all of that makeup in. It's a fractured pumpkin. It's partial. It's great.
Ambitious.
It's just Gemma.
I love it. It's just Gemma.
That's right.
I love Olivia's makeup as well. That is brilliant.
One of her many masks. That's not
what
even
it
the
is.
only one.
It's the new Visine formula for horror eyes.
Well, this is great. So, yeah,
There's
we're
also Brandon Boone. I did love that.
I think a lot of people got a kick out of that.
A lot of people got a kick out of that.
That's amazing. Well, this is great. I'm glad everyone could join us on the stream. There might be a few people who pop in as well from time to time, but yeah, this is great. So thank you to everyone who performed that story, especially Jimmy Giuliano for writing it, and it's always a lot of fun. I did that voice on tour. I guess we did this a couple of years ago on Halloween in Toronto at the Gin Mill.
It was the Gin Mill, yes.
Yeah. And,
the Gin Mill.
The s'mores.
and for some reason, I chose to do that accent, and now sort of a Jersey accent. And then a couple of years later, I've been deeply connected to Jersey, so it all comes full circle. Well, this is amazing. So yes, we've got lots of people now. There's a black square on the screen. Clint Bunkers. I'm not sure who that person is. Silent.
Sounds dirty.
Good old
dark.
Clint
It's right up there with
Rod
Chester.
Chesterian.
Clint Bunker.
Chest hair, what?
Kyle.
You've summoned Kyle.
What?
Mile takers.
Someone say, show more kimono?
No, less kimono.
Yeah, too much kimono.
More
so
sub
gross.
kimono.
More sub kimono, definitely.
Just
Absolutely.
as the stream goes on, it just opens more and more.
You gotta figure it out.
So they go from PG to PG-13.
It is Halloween.
17. No sleep after dark.
The number of
Kyle
people
has
that keep
gone
on asking
from
for that.
Michael McDonald to Buffalo Bill.
Okay, forget it. I'm not in love anymore.
There we go. Okay, we'll go back.
Crazy stuff. Crazy indeed. So we've got voice actors, we've got producers, content editors, we've got artists, And we've got Brandon.
Brandon
And Acula.
That's awesome. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to hang out, and I'm going to try to bring up the chat here, seeing how everyone's doing in the chat. Everyone hanging in there? Having a good old time? You can chime in and make your comments, leave questions, concerns, requests from Kyle's kimono, all that kind of stuff.
Just the kimono.
just the kimono. Yes, indeed. So what? Now, of course, it's a lot of us. I think are we are kind of in daylight hours, is what I'm trying to say. I know our European folks are not, but so does anyone here who it's not quite Halloween night yet? What are your plans? Share those with us. Like Jessica, what are you doing tonight for Halloween?
What am I doing tonight? Well, I'm going to see if I can find a pumpkin. We did pumpkin carving earlier in the month, but it's Halloween, so I want to carve a pumpkin. And then trying to decide whether like I should like just put the candy bowl outside the door for like children to take candy, or if I should like give the like what would be best for like the plague times. Like,
Are you gonna do? You should do trick or yeet, where you just yeet the candy at the children.
I thought you said trick or eat. Like I just open the door and eat the candy in front
Also
of
a
them.
great idea.
Eat the children.
Oh, the children might be infected. Like, that's a little risky.
I've turned the camera off.
You
Children
haven't
are
turned your
bad.
sound off, though, David.
Yeah, you're still there, David.
I got you. we have to make sure the fire is well lit for folks.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's
I
what
know.
I'm saying.
Apparently, Atticus during the stream was sending Kelly comments about fix the fire.
I did not say that. I said throw a paper airplane into the fire.
Oh, that's it. That's
funny.
That's what we should
Very
do.
different things.
You can see one of the logs is a femur, so it's like just tuck it in.
That's right.
Can you stuff
Wouldn't
another
burn
body
well.
on the flames, please, dear?
We have many of them. Yes.
Bring out your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dead.
He
So
says
is-
he's not dead. Sorry.
Is anybody? Are there any places where you're not allowed to trick or treat this year?
Not here. We've just been. I've just taken mine on a pumpkin trail. So people put pumpkins outside and bowls of sweets outside, but you're not allowed to physically hand sweets to the children. But one of the neighbors made a giant dragon out of like a huge tube and stood at one end and threw the sweets down the tube, and the kids stood at the other end at the dragon's mouth and just
so
caught
cool.
them, which is really cool. Yeah.
A candy
Should have
breathing
made a
dragon.
giant
Yeah.
dragon. I
That
didn't.
sounds great. Well, where I am, it's just above freezing right now, so I can't imagine kids going out where it's so cold. And Jessica, it must be nice and warm where you are.
It's been snowing for like, it was like, I got like a few weeks of autumn where it was like the trees and like the leaves falling. And it was like my first real autumn because like before I lived in Arizona. And then last year during October, we were on tour. So this year I was like, heck yes, I'm going to have all the autumn. I'm going to go on so many hikes. And then it snowed for 2 weeks and it's basically Christmas now. So yay.
Atticus, what about Texas? What are you guys doing down there? Not freezing, I assume.
It's 69 degrees.
Hey,
Nice.
Nice.
And,
So many nices. Good job, everyone.
I don't know. I mean, I don't go out and I don't trick or treat, and I haven't been a little boy since last week. So I don't know what people are doing. I assume, yeah, people aren't going door to door since everyone's dying. But for tonight, after this, I'm going to drive out to my sister's and I guess watch her carve a pumpkin, since I think we only have one between about 4 or 5 people. And there's a watermelon, but might just eat that.
Carve the watermelon. Like I said earlier,
Carve it
carve the
first.
watermelon.
I mean, I'll cut it, but it's not gonna.
No, just go in.
Just put a candle inside of it. Nah, fuck it. Done.
That's the way to do it. Who else? Like Kyle, you're down in.
Do you remember where I am?
Yes, you're in Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, yes, absolutely. I'm right there on that state line. I'm actually in Kansas right now, but I am but moments away from Missouri.
But if you go into like your next room, are you
exactly? The state line runs through my foyer.
Your house.
What state is the pit in your basement in?
It's a state of remorse.
There we go.
I finished a Lego haunted house last night. That's how I've been celebrating Halloween. It has its own Tower of Terror inside, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to kick out a fire in my fire pit, hang out, maybe drink a little cocktail, enjoy the 64-degree weather.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect
Warm here.
weather.
Hello.
Aaron Lillis. Hello,
Real
Aaron.
good. Olivia, do you want to talk real quick and see if we can hear you?
We cannot.
I think we can't hear Olivia's audio.
We're not ignoring you, Olivia, I promise.
I thought she was just really dedicated to the cause.
I'm really jealous of everyone's temperatures because it is 82 here and I am not happy.
That is the perfect temperature.
That is the worst temperature.
It's an awful temperature.
80s are lovely.
70s are too hot. 80s are way too hot.
70s are wonderful.
60s are pretty good.
60s are great.
I have very thin blood and very thin skin.
I will trade you because 82 is too much for me.
Those are both medical conditions, Jessica.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, Nicole, you're actually in Florida. I forgot, right?
I am in Florida. Yeah, it's hot. It's real hot. It's always hot.
Always hot. Now, wait a minute. Did we lose Aaron? Oh, there's Aaron.
Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you wonderfully.
Okay, great.
Welcome, Aaron. Aaron, this is perfect timing. Welcome to the stream. And
Well, thank you. I have also another guest.
A
look
pumpkin
at that little
cat.
orange pumpkin.
Oh,
that's so sweet. Well, Aaron, part of what we're going to do is plug some of the cool stuff that's going on this Halloween, and you are greatly responsible for a very special project. Why don't you share with our fans a little bit about the wonderful No Nap podcast?
Sure. Well, so this year I was like, I need to do something for my little nieces and nephews. I was going to do some voices for a Zoom call. Luckily, we had that Zoom call last night, and I don't think they would have paid attention to any voices anyway. But I was like, hey, I can do something bigger, maybe. So I reached out to Manon Lysette, and we talked about maybe doing a couple stories for a little special. And then I posted it in the NoSleep book club that Jessica runs. And a bunch of writers were like super excited and joined on, and we ended up with 15 stories. I put it together last night and realized it's over 2 hours of content, and it's all Halloween themed stories and slightly spooky stories at the tail end for kiddos. So it's the No Nap podcast, and you can find more info at nonappodcast.com.
And it is.
We have many of the people in this chat are in it.
Yeah, that's right. Almost everybody here has been a part of it. And
no naps are way scarier than no sleep.
Yes, I think the parents are more scared by the title.
Yes, exactly. Terrifying.
Is a
Children
frightening
who are
prospect.
awake.
Have naps.
Yeah, it was great. We listened to it yesterday, and yeah, really well done. Kudos to everyone involved.
Super cute. Way cuter than I thought it would be.
Yeah. So yes, please check that out if you've got kids of all ages. Will very much enjoy the No Nap podcast. Cool name too.
Yeah, I borrowed some things from the greats.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Hello, Olivia, you're back.
I've been talking for the last 10 minutes.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
We're all sitting here yapping away, and
You've missed some amazing updates about trick-or-treating in the southwest of England.
Oh yes, please share.
We all know about that, don't we?
Nobody's doing it here. Nobody's even put out any pumpkins. There's no pumpkins in the area. Nobody's doing anything. So that's the exciting update. I guess Bristol's a bit more like...
We're a bit middle class over here.
Metropolitan?
Yogurt eating hippies.
Advanced, a bit more advanced than us. So that's why there's good things there, but not quite the same down in Taunton. We've just given up.
What about you, David? You're down, of course, in Brighton. So how are things there?
Of course, yes. No, well, I haven't seen anything particularly out, but it's been a really rotten day weather-wise, so I doubt that anyone's going to be out.
I thought Brighton never stops partying.
I wouldn't know.
David's asleep by 8:30.
He is, very much.
I love Brighton. Brighton's a lovely place.
Is yes, that was the joke on the one of the other live streams. I
It was the
introduced
last
David
live
from
stream, yes,
the last.
yeah.
I said he was from Brighton, when of course he's from Ripon, way up north in Yorkshire.
Indeed, so
the other end of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Brighton and Bristol are interchangeable for you as well. You're on
Yeah,
tour.
pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, I mean, don't feel bad. Jessica and Jennifer are interchangeable as well.
Details. As long as the first two letters are fine, you're good.
Poor Jessica. She didn't deserve that.
Oh, speaking of, on these scripts, David, how did you spell my name?
Did I spell it?
Who else was going to spell it on there?
Oh wow.
Who else did it?
I just checked.
Look,
Did you just see?
Did I spell it with an
Oh
A?
no!
Yeah.
Let me take a look
Mac
here.
A. How many years I've been on this podcast, David? How many years?
That
It was
darn
probably
autocorrect.
I always hide deliberate misspellings in the cast lists when I do them. Or put Phil M instead of Phil.
Flim.
Jess McAvoy.
Jessica, you can't even pronounce my name.
Splatimus? I guess I'll Splatimus.
A Tychus
Mr. Strings.
Yes, we've got Mr. Strings with us there.
It's not quite as scary when you're actually there.
Yes, well, it's. I think the background is scarier.
Flawed at that.
The Nos asked.
Oh, bless.
Tickus.
Tickus, yes. Now we've got some other projects we want to promote. Let me bring up some details here. Actually, Jessica and Olivia have something to talk about. Why don't you guys talk about this amazing movie that you're in?
So you can go first.
So I don't know if you guys know about Creepy Pizza. It's kind of like NoSleep's film friends. They do a bunch of little indie horror films on their YouTube channel, which is Creepy Pizza, all one word, if you want to check it out. And so Megan, half of Creepy Pizza, asked me if I'd be interested in doing a role in a new movie they were making, but like my face, not just my voice, like body acting. And I was like, sure. So I foolishly agreed. And now I'm in a movie, and that comes out tonight after the live stream, actually. And Olivia's in it, premiering as a voice actor.
Yeah, my first
Incredible.
ever acting role since I was in school. And I'm told I did all right, but you know, I'm not
I
an
haven't
actor,
heard it,
so I
but I'm sure you
apologize
did.
in advance.
Olivia, do you have an IMDb yet?
I do have an IMDb because
famous
of
now.
my production credits on some stuff.
Will we see you blink if we watch the movie, Olivia?
No, you don't get to see me in the movie, I'm afraid. It's just my voice.
And Brandon does the music, so that's there.
Brandon,
not a fan.
I would say it's good, but I haven't seen it cut with the music yet. So that's the
Brandon
only
did the
thing
music like
about the movie I
yesterday.
haven't seen.
Did it Friday.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah, that's out at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Creepy Pizza YouTube channel. We'll post a link in chat towards the end of the live stream, and we would love it if you would join us for the premiere. We're very, very excited to release this. And if you give Creepy Pizza a subscribe and a follow, there may well be some future exciting No Sleep Podcast X Creepy Pizza collaborations coming in the near future.
Yes, indeed.
With possibly certain other people from the team appearing in the films, such as David.
Which David?
The good one or the?
Wait and see
David, what David?
which David it is.
The bald one.
All the David.
With the beard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That David, yeah.
The bald one with the facial hair. That's right. That guy.
Oh, it's called
Carry on.
Hexed, by the way. It's called Hexed.
Yes,
I don't think I
Yes.
said that. It's called
Say
Hexed.
that.
Hexed. So go to youtube.com/creepypizza, all one word. And that sounds amazing. And then you said that's at 7:00 Eastern time tonight.
That's right. Yep.
That sounds like a treat and not a trick. So yeah, check that out for sure. That's
I
very,
see
very
what you
cool.
did there.
David.
Oh,
Excellent. Well, that's amazing. So Jessica, congratulations on your first acting role, and Olivia as well.
She's fantastic in it. I just have to say.
Really,
She's making a
don't
fuss,
cock
but
it up.
she's really good.
So I think that explains some of the videos or some of the pictures you were posting about yourself sort of covered in blood, although who can really be sure, right?
I mean, that's just a Saturday night.
Nice.
There was a promo that you posted, I think, that had you introduced yourself. Hi, I'm Matilda, or whatever the name was. No, you're
Maxine.
not.
Maxine.
You're Jessica.
Matilda.
Liar!
It was very, very confusing.
Oh, all my cats are in it too.
What?
Which is way more exciting for me to see my cats in a movie.
They're in it almost as much as she is. Like the first half of the film is
You guys
literally
hadn't
just
sold
like
me until the cats. but
Jessica's
now-
cats.
Men.
Are
Men.
stars.
So it's
Those
so
cats have IMDb credits too.
Yeah.
so it's a musical. Is it with Andrew Lloyd Webber and all that? That's very cool.
That time
Wonderful.
Jessica worked with Taylor Swift.
Jellicle cats.
Indeed, yes, Jellicle cats, right? Well, that's very
Bean
cool.
the movie star? Yes, Bean the movie star.
Bean.
And there's one other plug I want to make for the wonderful Erica Sanderson, who can't be with us because she, believe it or not, is doing her own live stream this day. It's a 24-hour live stream. That is,
Lordy Lord.
that's a day. So yes, she wanted me to mention that they're doing a 24-hour charity live stream. And this is for the theater she's involved with back in England in Aylesbury called Unbound Theater. And they are doing, as I said, a 24-hour live stream. And it's a Halloween stream. And so they're going to be reading scary stories and stuff like that. And she is going to be doing a story written by Marcus Demanda, who we all know. And there's stories by S.H. Cooper and some of the NoSleep writers. And so it is, let me just see here, it's going to go around.
So it has just started. It's 8 p.m. over here. It's just started.
Right.
Yeah. And so she'll be doing a lot of different things, including Alice in Wonderland as well. She's basically the usual powerhouse that she is on NoSleep, but she is doing it for 24 hours for charity. So if you can, do give her a follow. It's twitch.tv/David.
Unbound Theater.
That's the one.
So twitch.tv/Unbound Theater. And theater is spelled the right way, THEATRE, not ER.
That's right.
And whiskey doesn't have an E.
Theatre.
Whiskey does not have an E.
Oh, it does have an E in.
It does not have an E. There is no E in whiskey. If it's Scotch, there is no E.
Just okay. Let's not.
Whiskey. There, it's right there in the word.
Brits fighting. I thought Americans
Gemma's
and Brits
voice
were
pops
supposed
up.
to fight.
Hold on.
That's how we show love.
Yeah, Gemma's voice pops up when drink is mentioned.
Pretty much.
That's right.
I'm very one-dimensional.
Well, that's great. So yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff, or a lot of stuff that you guys can check out afterwards. So we've got movies and we've got other live streams out there. Lots of fun stuff. So it's amazing. So we talked about doing some. We have. Does anyone have some flash fiction stories they want to do? You can just. You don't have to do it like right now, but if anyone has anything prepared, throw your hand up. Or your lunch up, whatever you want to throw up.
I mean,
I mean, I could do.
You got some stuff. Okay, that's cool. We'll bring
These
that
like
in.
suddenly shocking type things.
Sure.
It'll
We'd
surprise
like
you
to
which
hear
one I
some-
do.
We'd like to hear some true ghost stories from people as well.
Oh,
If
yeah.
anyone's got any of those.
Well, Miss Erin
I've got a
Lillis
couple.
is a
I've got,
professional
like,
ghost
hundreds of
hunter.
those.
So
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Aaron.
Erin's got some. Jessica,
Yeah.
you said you've got one, didn't you?
I do if we have time, but I would love
We'll
to hear
have
some
time.
Aaron ghost
I
stories
want
for
to
sure.
hear it. And Aaron's.
I mean,
I've got
I
one
can
from
tell
my
you some of the,
childhood.
I can tell you some of the stories on the Rip and Ghost Walk if you want that.
For free?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For free, yes. You don't even need to
Absolutely.
come to Ripon. So,
Cool. Well, Aaron, are you under any time constraints at the moment? Would you like to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I do have to jump off after. I have to go make a charcuterie head.
Yum.
As we do.
Yeah. So.
All
maybe I'll
right,
post
cool.
a picture. It works out. Sure.
All right, Aaron.
So many.
Feel free to
I'll
share.
try to do a short one. Do you want one that I've personally involved with, or just a good one?
The
Is there
scarier the
a
better.
mix? Is the one that you've personally involved with and is good?
Well, I guess you'll have to find out afterwards. I'll just tell one that was sort of in the last year, during quarantine, if you will. Okay, so just make sure everybody can still hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So 2 years ago, I went to Kansas, state with a K. Went to Kansas to film a paranormal documentary in this haunted house in Atchison, Kansas. And it's a very haunted house. We went there, we filmed it. And then this year, right at the first week of lockdown, we went back to premiere it. So it was very scary. I was more scared of quarantine than I was of this house, but we were going to spend the night and we had a big premiere planned and we had all these people coming. And the paranormal group that we had filmed in this documentary, a couple of them took me down to the basement. And before the show, they were like, before everybody started arriving, they were like, okay, we want to give the guests that are coming a good show. So we're going to do a little ceremony. We're going to do a little spell to open the veil. But I was like, oh, okay, I'm for it. So we did this little ceremony, and then the evening started and guests started coming, and a couple of people there that are part of the paranormal group are psychic, or they have a different word for what they can do, but they can see dead people, Sixth Sense style. So they're like, oh yeah, we got lots of people in here and dead people. This is perfect. So at the end, after we had filmed our whole live stream event, we took all the guests down to the basement, and the woman that leads the group is like, hey, you're a professional talker. Would you lead a fake funeral? I was like, okay. I don't know what this means, but so the owners of the house had a casket in the basement. I guess not a casket, it's like a pauper's coffin. It was just a wooden coffin. And they put one of our participants in the coffin with a haunted doll and an EMF detector and some recording so he can get EVPs. And they asked me to lead this service for this fake funeral for the guy in the casket because they wanted to see if any ghosts would attend. So all the participants that are there for the live stream and for the event are in this big circle, and I'm just improvising a funeral. And the woman next to me is the one who can see the ghosts, and she's like whispering in my ear, like, okay, yeah, the ghosts are coming. I'm like, oh, this is great. So basically I improv this funeral about, hey, everyone that's here, we've all lost somebody, and this may be not the person that you lost, but it's time to come, and maybe you didn't get to mourn in life, and now you can mourn now. And the room gets very quiet and it's very still, and people are starting to move around, and the person next to me is telling me, oh yeah, the ghosts are here. That's why people are shifting, because they're making space. They don't know why they're shifting, but they're making space. And all of a sudden, while I'm speaking, my face starts to freeze up. The left half of my face just paralyzes, just does not work. So I'm now I'm leading the funeral, and I'm like, okay, all right, so let's all gather together and hold hands. And I'm like, what's happening? Something's happening to my face. It's like, it's all right. Somebody's inside you. I'm like, what? So to wrap it up quickly, basically what happened was that a number of the spirits that were there in the house were entering different people. And after we ended the funeral and wrapped it all up and closed the veil, we talked about what had happened. And basically the woman who can see dead people had invited the ghosts to show everyone how they had died. So everyone, not everyone, but 50% of the people that were there gathered, and there was probably 30 of us, were getting jumped by different ghosts and were getting different feelings. So some people had pains in their chest, some people had pains in the back of their head, some people had were hard to breathe, having a hard time breathing. And for me, obviously, whoever I had probably had a stroke because half of my face was paralyzed. And they had someone there that was a healer come over and like work on me until they could get that person out. So that's the story of how I got possessed during a fake funeral.
Sounds like a wicked party.
Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, that's fucked up.
That is incredibly fucked up. Yeah.
It got way worse after everybody left.
It sounds like really irresponsible.
Yeah. Afterwards, I was like, maybe that wasn't the best idea.
No consent.
But it got way worse after that. But I saved that story for a podcast I'm trying to start. I got repossessed later that night by something else.
Ooh. As you do.
Not a bank.
Repossessed.
That's an amazing story. Wow. Oh, paralyzing.
Paralyzing, yes.
No, sorry, that was not meant to be a joke. That was just like
we can never tell with you, David.
Well, thank you for sharing that. My goodness, that's.
I'm not saying thank you. I didn't like that story. I feel good.
Hey man, some of us have to sleep tonight. Come on.
No,
you're on NoSleep. Like,
I don't listen to that dumb podcast.
What's a podcast?
Podcast.
It's like a radio show with that Joe Rogan.
The only podcast that exists.
The only one.
Well, yes. Most of us thank you for that, Aaron.
Sorry, Kyle.
It's fine.
Kyle just leaves.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
No.
What's that word Kyle doesn't like?
No, don't say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it.
I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it.
I hope it's not moist.
Oh, your camera is slowly falling.
Yeah, I was leaving.
That's just Kyle.
I'm coming back.
Oh, I
One of
see.
those
That's
elevators.
clever. That's fancy
into the
that you
floor.
can do that with
The magic
automatically.
of a
Kyle
standing
has a
desk.
lot of production value behind his setup.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Kyle stream on Twitch, please go watch Kyle's stream on Twitch.
No, what other ghost stories? Other ghost stories.
Okay.
Once knew a man named Kyle.
I've got a true ghost story if anyone wants to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Okay, so this took place in the house I live in now, which I've lived in ever since I was about 7. And I moved here when I was 7. When we moved in, we had all like the garbage from moving in the back garden. Like there was a mattress there. This is important. So behind my house is like an alleyway that runs behind all the houses, 20 houses, and then it comes out in between number 10 and number 11. So, and it's like this creepy alley that obviously, like as kids, we would explore. But I just moved in, so I hadn't met any of the other kids in the neighborhood yet. And I was exploring down this back alley, and I was just outside my house, with this sort of waist-high gate that I could get into, and then I could climb over this mattress to get into the garden. So I turned around, and there was a man standing there. He was an old man. He had a dirty, ripped jumper on and jeans, and he had the most malevolent, angry look on his face. So in my child brain, I thought, oh, I'm going to get in trouble because he thinks I'm breaking into someone's house because he doesn't know that I've moved in here. So I quickly opened the gate and got in, turned around to tell him that this was my house. This took no more than a second, and he was gone, completely gone. So I looked up and down the alley. I looked anywhere he could have gone. There was no possible way this guy could have walked away in the time it took me to quickly get through the gate. There was no sound of him walking away, nothing. But it was like clear as day. It wasn't like I saw him out of the corner of my eye. He was there, and then a second later he was gone. There's nowhere he could have gone. And I never saw this guy again. But he was there, and he was about to grab me. angrily, furiously, and then he was gone. So, cut to a few years later, I never saw this guy again, but I was sitting in the living room, which has now been converted into a downstairs apartment. That's my room. And I looked through the small window of the door, which is currently right in front of me, and clear as day saw a Victorian-looking maid walking up the stairs towards what would have been the back room. So then the final part was the back room used to be my bedroom. And then when I moved out of there, we redecorated it. We stripped all the wallpaper away. And we found down about 5 or 6 layers of wallpaper that we could work out would have been from about the 60s. The walls were absolutely covered in writing, blue writing, and it was strange, arcane, nonsense stuff, along with William Blake poetry, who happens to be my favourite poet. So it was just madness. And so we painted over the text that had been there for 50 odd years, and it bled through layers and layers of wallpaper and paint, and we just could not get rid of this writing bleeding through the walls. And in the end, it took about 10 layers of paint and wallpaper to cover up the writing, and it's still there on the walls to this day up there. I've got photo evidence of all the writing. So I don't know if the two ghosts and that are connected, but the maid was walking towards the room with the writing. I never saw this old man again, but he was furious about me going into the house, and other people that have stayed in that back room over the years have always claimed that they felt a sinister, unpleasant vibe there. And the writing is still on the wall to this day.
The writing's on the wall.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm alone at night right now as well, just to let you know.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
Moving your mouth.
Do you ever recite the words and see what you summon?
I tried a couple of times, but other than a power cut every time, nothing.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Wait. Was that are you serious?
Dead serious, yeah.
Wait. When you read the words on the wall, your power goes out.
Yeah.
What?
Don't like that. Don't like that.
No, I'm leaving.
I can't remember the words of it.
Goodbye.
I'm with Kyle.
Let me bring them up. On my computer.
Do it now.
And then her screen just cuts out.
You're gonna summon a thing right here.
Oh,
let's
guys have all watched
Guys,
Host,
let's
haven't
get
you?
haunted.
Wall writing, here we go.
How often does
bear
your
in mind
power
this-
go out normally, Olivia?
Never.
Right.
Bear in mind the writing's a bit hard to read. I'm gonna
Are you gonna curse us right now? What's going on?
Do I need to leave?
Is
Because
this, is this the plot of Hexed?
We've all
Yeah,
seen
douse
Host.
myself in holy water.
I'm drinking gin. Is that the same?
What's my
Yeah,
doing when I get cursed?
The water of wrath are something of struggle.
Nicole is noping so hard.
She disconnects because her power's going out.
Yeah. What if all our power?
Sun and skies through the needle's eyes.
Ooh.
Picky on a wit god. And finally, we've got seek to give the inferno.
Okay.
Someone's saying you summoned Peter with all that.
That's not true. Peter's in our hearts at all times.
And she's gone. The power must have
It
cut.
should have ended with the Aristocats.
I know that one.
And that was Hexed. That was the movie.
That was
I was
Spoilers.
kidding here. Jessica, you were lovely.
Yeah.
Were you one of the words?
I was the picky next.
Wait.
Or no.
Did she disconnect? Did Olivia
Yeah, she's
disconnect?
Oh no.
Olivia, you
Power failure.
I will go out
crafty
after
bitch.
she finishes reading that.
I warned all of you.
I would've
What the
just,
heck?
changed one of the words so my power didn't go out.
Everyone remembered to mute during that point, right? Oh, you're all cursed.
Oh no,
Everyone's
it's bad.
cursed.
I've got a ghost story.
Well, I just wanted to say, I mean, we're all having fun here, but I was very upset by Olivia's story. This phobia that we've created in our society against old, creepy men is very upsetting to me. Very upsetting.
We're talking about two different things, David.
Right.
I don't know.
Sorry, who said they had a ghost story? Or a good
There's
one.
also young creepy men.
I have one. It's called okay.
Hi, I'm back. My
Hi,
power went out again.
You're it's oh my god, no! Are you serious?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?
I just had to go and flip the breaker. I guess there's something in like the frequency of the words that makes them.
No!
Go and flip the breaker.
Olivia! Did I mention the breaker is in the basement?
Yeah.
Oh,
It took you exactly 45 seconds to get to the breaker. You superwoman, you.
She has really long arms.
She does.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
hot.
do. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, that's horrifying.
I hate when people talk about my abnormally long arms.
long limbs and a too wide smile. That's me.
Really handy when you're shopping.
But maybe this
It
has
is,
countered
it is.
all of 2020 now. That those words have released the goodness of 20. I'm just going to go.
Yeah, no, that's not
a thing.
I did last read them out on January the 1st.
Oh,
So-
well, there we go.
So 2020 is your fault then.
Look, I don't think she made it worse.
well,
Eh,
Mm-hmm.
2020 only got like real bad in March. It's fine.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I've
still
got
say
a ghost
that
story.
an electrician died behind
this,
your
Kyle.
wall somewhere.
Okay,
Okay,
Bill,
ladies and gentlemen.
Tell your story.
Kyle
Okay,
Akers.
this
ladies
one
and
takes place in Colorado. I call it The Shining. Now, been on me driving down a long highway to the mountains, right? I'm there with my wife and my son. Okay, and so I'm going to stay there.
We're gonna get sued.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Kyle.
Only quite fun.
How's it end?
In my power, I have muted Kyle, and he's quite upset at me. It's strange now I can't unmute him.
Oh.
God, I wish you would lose the pants.
What happened, Kyle? Your mic cut out on us.
Yeah, something happened. So I'm a writer, right? And I'm gonna stay at the Overlook Hotel. And so I'm interviewing. We have to stay there the whole week because we get snowed in, right? Because there's so much snow in Colorado. Okay, so anyway, so I start and I bring an old typewriter, right? A big old typewriter, and I like to just 65 type away. So we get there, and the guy who's taking care of it, he's bald, and he talks to my son, and my son's like, and then I type in, there's he's driving around. Okay, so they say don't go to room 237. Is that the room? Don't go to room 237. So there, I'm there with my wife, and then my son's riding a trike around, right? And you can hear it like on the carpet and then not the carpet. Anyway, he comes over. He tells me there's these two twins, and they're telling me to go play with them. And I'm like, whoa, what are these twins? There's nobody else. It's just us here. So anyway, I lock my wife and him in the refrigerator, and then I type up a bunch of pages that say all work and no play make Kyle a dull boy. And then I get an axe and I get lost in the hedge maze, and then I die. And that's and then you zoom in on a picture, and I'm there with all of the people from 1921.
We're definitely
You
gonna
missed
get
the
to
bathtub
experience this.
scene.
Where were the ghosts?
Kyle.
Which one?
Can't help
Oh,
feeling
bit
that
with
we're
the
overlooking
corpse in the
something there.
bathtub and
David.
up with the corpse.
Oh, I
Sorry,
left
Nicole.
corpse in the bathtub out.
You
That's for a
left
story for
that
next time.
out.
But Kyle,
bathtub
how are you
No
adoring
sleep
the
after
day
dark.
if you died? What happened? How did this come to be?
Oh, I'm a ghost right now.
Mm.
And
The
when I
whole
finish telling
time.
that story, my power always cuts out.
To the breaker.
That is plagiarism. Plagiarism.
On so many levels.
On the carpet and the not carpet. Oh my gosh,
I can't
Kyle.
believe Kyle stole one detail of that story from someone else. But
I had to run to my breaker. It
well
was
until you
3
stole
blocks
a
down the
plot
road,
point.
and I had to go flip it. But I'm back now.
Blocks.
Kyle's magical kimono binds him to the mortal world.
Anyway, that's my ghost story. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you took it seriously because it really happened.
Oh, Kyle. Kyle has been let go from the podcast, everybody.
Oh no, I got fired for that. Oh, dang it. Well, it's been fun. I'll see you later.
I'll keep submitting stories to the podcast, but they're all just fucking Stephen King.
I think we can crown Kyle the king of ghost stories because that was a classic one there.
Thank you.
Can anybody top that? Let's see Jessica's ghost story.
I don't know if I can top Kyle.
I'll top Kyle right now.
Yeah, can you do better than the best scary story of all time?
I'm not commenting.
Anyway.
Didn't you go to summer camp at Camp Crystal Lake once?
Yeah, so let me tell you about my.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
The nice getaway in the summer.
All right, I'll tell my ghost story. But first, we must
Dim the
set
light.
the setting. If anyone has any lights to dim.
Some backstory.
All right.
Okay, so my grandma lives up on a mountain, and I mean like actually fully up on a mountain. You need 4-wheel drive to get up there. It's out in the middle of the woods. There's not even a road so much as there's just like a dirt path, and at some point you're like driving vertically up this mountain. She lives up on a mountain.
This is what I see in your future.
I
This
mean,
kind
she
of
doesn't have
remoteness.
cats, but basically. So
Oh, you're just evolving.
So me and my mom are going to visit her. I think my mom had some work in the area and I had nothing to do. So I was like, I'll go visit grandma. So we go visit grandma and we have a nice time. And then it's nighttime. And my grandma lives in this like, it's a big old house, right? And part of it's still kind of under construction because she was renovating it and stuff. And not all the lights quite work. So it's the perfect setting for telling scary stories. Anyway, my mom goes to bed because she has to get up for her work thing the next morning, I think. And I go out into the kitchen to like get a glass of water or something. And my grandma's out there. And we sit down and we start talking. And she starts telling me about her mom who passed away. And we keep talking about, you know, like our family and the different people in our family. And then I don't know how we got on the topic of whatever we were talking about, but at some point she tells me this story that she had with her mom, and this is how it goes. So my grandma was a little girl. One day she wakes up and her mom, my great-grandmother, comes and tells her, she's like, Florence, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamed that one of my friends passed away and she came and visited me in this dream. My grandma's like, that's weird, Mom. So my great-grandmother is like, Florence, remember this date. Just remember that I had this dream today. My grandma's like, okay. So this happened way back when, before there's Facebook and, you know, social media and basically anything to keep you in contact with all the people you know. And they find out a while later that the friend that my great-grandmother had dreamed about had actually passed away on the day that my great-grandmother had that dream. So my great-grandmother was a scientific woman for the time. She didn't believe in things like ghosts and the supernatural or anything, but she tells my grandmother, she's like, that was a weird thing that happened, but maybe there are things out there we don't understand. And when I pass away, I'll try to reach out and see you to let you know that I'm okay and that I moved on and stuff. So my great-grandmother does pass away, I think around the time that my grandmother is a teenager. Time goes on, she moves on, you know, well, not fully move. I don't think you ever really move on from your mom passing away, but she has a family of her own. She has my mom and my mom's 2 sisters. And at some point down the line at night, she starts hearing this breathing every time she goes to sleep, like right by her ear. She hears this breathing sound and she doesn't know what it is. And it's a little freaky and it's a little weird, but like, what are you going to do if you hear random breathing at night, right? So she keeps hearing this breathing sound. And then at some point, she's going through old family photos and stuff, and my mom and her sisters are around, and she takes out a picture of her and her mother. And my Aunt Jackie, the youngest of my mom and her sisters, points at the picture, and she either says, that's the woman I see at the end of my bed, or that's the woman I see in the mirror, pointing at my great grandmother. So my grandma's like, all right. That's weird. So, but kids say creepy shit all the time, right? So that night when she goes to bed, she hears the breathing and she's like, Mom, I know that's you. We're not ready for you right now. It's kind of scaring the girls a little bit, but I will contact you when we're ready for you to be here again. And then after that, she didn't hear the breathing again. So later down the road, my mom and her sisters grow up. They move out of the house. My grandma's living on her own. And she reaches out to her mom again and she says, Mom, I'm ready for you now. I'm sorry, I get a little choked up. And then after that, she starts hearing the breathing again, but this time it's like comforting. So yeah, that's my family's ghost story. And then that night, with all that in my brain, I went to go sleep in like the spare room in my grandma's house. And I'm scared to shit because I'm like straining my ears to see if I can hear breathing. And there's like 1,000 moths in that room and they're just like flapping around by the lights in the windows. And I'm like, we're not sleeping tonight. But yeah, that's my family's ghost story. And like all good ghost stories, it didn't happen to me. It's a friend of a friend of a friend. But yeah, that
was actually quite a lovely story.
Yeah.
Audrey says you're lying.
Does Audrey say I'm lying? She wasn't there. No. She does remember the moth room. You remember the moth room, Audrey? Try sleeping in the moth room after hearing that story.
That's so sweet, Jessica, though.
Try sleeping in the moth room. That sounds awful.
Sounds like a story.
I love
story by Men in Lyset.
That.
That's the
kind
title of a
of
NoSleep
pumpkins
story.
to
Try
be a
sleeping
man in
in the
story.
moth room.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's quite a
Yeah,
story.
someone write us a moth room story.
Oh, I sucked all the color out of David.
Yeah.
Well, someone had to.
Melancholy.
It was a weepy.
Or was it marriage?
Too soon.
It's only been 2 days.
No.
Whammy.
What's color in the world?
Looks like the fire's already out.
It's only because Kelly can't come on screen to tend the fire while he's
She was working hard. I go off camera to do it. In fact, why don't I take this moment to introduce my for those who don't know, I was very happy to get married on Wednesday. Yeah, lovely bride.
Hey, Kelly.
Everyone.
She's on TV.
Hi, Kelly.
Welcome to the family.
She can't stay like this too long. Her butt is in the fire right now.
In the fire, although it's not working anyway. So.
Hello.
How you get it hotter?
Gotta relay to me.
Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, I can't hear a thing. So I'm just like,
I didn't even know you had earbuds in.
Yes, everyone is cheering and sending kisses and love.
Thanks, guys. Love you all.
And Gemma is swearing at you, saying you should be drinking more gin.
Well, I've been over there drinking mezcal quietly in the corner, so we're all good.
Okay. Time for mezcal.
Awesome.
And you're very brave to not heed any of our warnings.
You are very brave to not heed their warnings to not marry me. So yes.
I know I'm not necessarily the smartest person in the world, but I'm a risk taker. So
well, there you go. So there's my lovely bride.
He is lovely.
Oh, happy
Halloween,
Halloween.
I have a fire to work on, so I gotta go.
But you light his fire right there.
Yes, that's right. Hey. And we've got a hot tub over there, so we got to wrap this up pretty quickly.
I'm so jealous.
Onlyfans.com/David Cummings.
We joked,
Lady Cummings.
Yes, we joked about doing an Instagram live video from the hot tub, but those things aren't allowed on Instagram.
You couldn't charge enough for the tickets, or
Plexstorm will let you.
It's true.
Well, I'll have to look into that.
I think.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say we do have a professional ghost gentleman with us, and Mr. Alt, maybe you have some stories to share of your ghost walks in Ripon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything that tops anyone, much as I would love to top Kyle. But
what?
Now wait a minute. I think you're being cheeky.
I wouldn't be cheeky, mate. I wouldn't
You're
be
being a
cheeky.
bit
That's just
cheeky,
not me.
Ol.
Come
I
on.
don't appreciate that.
Kyle's got his,
Halloween.
he
You
got you
appreciated
pegged.
it last time.
I'm also British.
Dude, David Alt. What's happening?
But yeah, so my ghost walks do not go into the kind of detail that we've been into here, though I can give you a sort of a little flavor of some of the ghosts that we have around. The first one that I'll tell you about is in the main pub on the Market Square. There's been a pub on that spot since the year 1374, so a fair time. And it was in the 18th century where there was a young gentleman by the name of Thomas Crud, real name Thomas Spence, but he went by the name of Thomas Crud. Why not? He was notable in the fact that he was so ugly, he had a nose and a chin that met in the middle. They were literally like that.
What?
Yep.
So he had to move his nose to eat?
Pretty much, I would have, or he just took everything in through a straw or something. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Wow.
But it was his party trick to bet that he could hold a coin between his nose and mouth, or nose and chin, should I say? And if he was able to do it, he kept the coin. It was a really good way of making money.
Coin in your mouth.
No. Put the
your nose
coin,
and
hold the
chin?
coin between there. Yeah, it's not quite that.
Your mouth is between there.
Yeah, the nose and chin.
We could use this to scam people, Atticus.
Are you sure you're a real professional ghost gentleman?
Yeah, I'm not scared at all.
It's a little
You
bit
will
more
be, Ellie.
interesting when you're actually out there and it's dark.
Poor David.
It's okay, Ellie. Somehow I will get the relief.
Check behind your ear and the coin is there.
But anyway, so what I'm thank you, Atticus. I'm glad someone caught that. So he leaves the story in the 18th century. He comes back in the 1970s when there was the couple that owned it at the time decided that they didn't want to stay in the pub. They wanted to move out and get someone in overnight to come in and just clean up and do everything like that. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning when the new guy was there. He'd been mopping, he'd been sweeping, he'd been doing everything that you would usually do. And he heard a knock on the front door of the pub. He went over to see what was going on, opened the door, looked around, and there was no one there. He turned back and went into the main bit of the pub, and the mop was no longer on the ground where he had left it. It was now standing up and moving, and behind it was a face with a nose and a chin that met in the middle. Woo.
Ew.
I know.
It takes away from it when you go ooh at the end.
No, I thought that was great.
And then there was a real ugly dude holding him up.
I mean,
He had a coin behind his ear.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
I'm
get my
just seeing
survey.
like
Now,
seeing like what is called Eustace, like Courage the Cowardly Dog. You know, like the old guy that looks like that.
Eustace.
Yes, I'm just seeing something like that.
Someone on the chat is saying Squidward.
That too.
Oh, well.
I liked your story, David.
Thank you.
I did too.
I just like you, David.
Felt very
Oh,
professional.
Atticus. I appreciate you.
Oh.
That's really diplomatic.
Just around the corner from there, actually. Just around the corner is an old cinema that was eventually turned into a nightclub. In fact, it was Europe's worst nightclub 4 years running, because that's how we roll up here.
Up in the north.
Up in the north. Yeah, so it's, but that is haunted by the ghost of a young World War I soldier who whistles and appears behind projectionists. Or used to. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. But the one that is actually worth telling you about is in the Prison and Police Museum, because we've got 3 museums in Ripon. There's the Workhouse, the Courthouse, and the Prison and Police Museum. And if you go onto the first floor, which is not the ground floor, America, if you go onto the first floor, there are the Victorian cells, and right at the end on the right-hand side, there is a cell just how it would have been 200 years ago when the place was opened. It is whitewashed. It is spare. There is essentially just a big wooden plank that you were supposed to sleep on, and a chamber pot underneath. People have said that they have felt things in there, felt a presence sort of behind them, and EVP has been done, as far as I know, at least twice. The first one was done by the Most Haunted team, and if anyone wants to check out Most Haunted, it's probably up there on YouTube. And I am the designated volunteer that was on Most Haunted.
Right.
What?
David was on TV.
Wait,
Yeah.
designated volunteer.
A designated museum volunteer that
Prison
would be
and
stuck
police
in
museum?
front of the cameras to talk about ghosts.
It's on your IMDb, David.
I know it is. Is it?
Museum
Really?
volunteer.
Oh,
Yeah, as
you
self.
think you're famous?
Nah.
Oh,
It's just because
Sorry.
he's so handsome. They're like, we need this this face to represent
I am
ghosts.
credit to just say handsome.
Handsome. He's so
he wasn't
handsome.
in this one, but he was handsome.
But yeah, so EVP was done in that cell, and when they did it, they picked up the words "not guilty" on the tape, and then a friend, or someone that actually comes on the ghost walks regularly, which I don't quite understand, but she does. She did her own EVP in that cell, and she actually played me the tape, and it distinctly says, "What's your name?" So there is someone who is either very lonely or very aggrieved and not getting justice, or both.
Did they upload those anywhere?
Not so far as I know, but I will, as soon as the ghost walks resume, I will get onto it.
That'd be cool.
The scariest part of that is in the UK they call the second floor the first floor.
We
Yeah,
don't
so
have
it's the
basements.
ground floor.
We don't have basements, so we start on the ground, and work up.
Ground floor,
yeah.
first floor.
The basement would be called the basement in America.
Okay.
But the first floor is
Elevator.
like the first, like the floor you're on is the first floor.
No,
You walk in
that's
and
the-
I'm now on the first floor.
No, you're on the ground
Because you're
floor
at ground
because you're on
level.
the ground. Yeah.
You're at ground
So
level.
you go to the second. You go to
Ground level
the
is the
layer
first
above
floor.
the second.
You don't open the front door and then just fall off a cliff to the ground.
When you guys talk
kind of
about the
walk out.
levels, when you guys talk about the 7 levels of hell, is there the ground level and then the first level underneath it?
The ground level is where the unbaptized babies are.
Right.
Ground level is
And
what
the
we're living
first
in right
level is
now.
the adulterers.
But see, that's what I'm confused about. I thought the ground level.
No. It's different with Dante. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Italy,
I have to go-
in Italy they do it differently.
I have to go
Level
review
is
my Book of
2020.
Revelations.
It'll
It'll
be-
be ground
The bottom.
B1, B2.
And then G for ground.
So do y'all have 13
Yeah, that's
floors?
right.
Do you have 13th floors in the
Oh.
UK?
I don't think we've got any buildings big enough for that, really.
Oh.
Everything's very dinky here, like 2 floors.
Yeah.
One up,
Well,
one
of
down.
course they are. You
London's
call your
got
first floor
that.
the ground floor. You can't get any higher without that.
I just
Start at
heard my
one,
favorite
it's on the
British
ground.
sentence.
It makes
Everything's kind of
perfect
dinky.
sense.
Builders get confused after 4 floors and just give up.
Makes perfect sense.
All these
You're putting
unfinished
things in
houses
order that
everywhere.
don't need-
Mhm. Or uneven, there's a bit of a 4th floor here, but it's really the 3rd floor over
That's
here.
pretty accurate for British architecture, actually.
The thing I liked about David's ghost story is that the ghosts are all quite sort of genteel and mundane as well, and they're all doing housework.
Yeah.
It's like mopping or
name?
Yeah.
Hello.
Bad for the guy that has to haunt the worst nightclub in England. Yeah.
Or one guy, he's just whistling.
I was
That's the
fascinated.
extent of him.
I was fascinated by the fact that in Victorian times they had cells. Like that's to have mobile
Yes.
phones
Oh.
way back then.
David.
And do those cells? Do they have 4 bars? 4 bars?
Oh my no! Oh. See, the great thing is
Oh, Brandon's
gone.
left. Brandon stalked off.
we'll always know if David has been taken and replaced by a pod person because he won't make terrible puns continuously.
No, that's how they'll replace them. They'll just make terrible puns, and everyone will be like, "Oh, that's
Technically
David."
a pod person.
I want to know how many terrible puns were in David's vows.
I don't think we did have too many puns in the ceremony, did we? I'm
Then
looking
I don't
at
think it's
Alex.
legal.
Too
No.
many. No, I think it was more.
I don't think you're married,
It was.
dude.
It was.
It's
Yeah,
just
there was a good
Princess
Princess Bride
Bride
moment.
Yeah, yes, that's right. We did the marriage.
That's exactly how it started. You guys think you're joking? That's how it started.
Honestly, that's not a joke.
That's
Not a joke.
I would
No,
love
that's
it to not
absolutely
be a
how it
joke.
started.
That's how it should start. Yeah.
Oh, you guys,
And-
David, did you post the cake?
I think maybe on my Instagram page.
On the
maybe I
gram.
might have-
Cake was
on the gram.
gorgeous.
Dropped it on the gram.
I
Yeah,
actually
It
had
was.
a dream
It was
about your
lovely.
your wedding the night before your wedding.
The night of what?
And that I was
Jesus.
invited, and that was my dream.
And
I
you were
wasn't.
in a hotel in Colorado, and
Yes, and my son and wife were there.
amazing.
Kyle has 2 ghost stories.
They're both exactly the same, except one is with David's wedding.
Phil's in chat. Hi, Phil.
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 Phil Mikowski.
Phil just drops a yo.
Yeah.
You know who I am.
I'm out.
Phil.
We're thinking of you, Phil. Get better.
PMSFX.
Get better.
Get
Yeah.
better, Phil. Phil's been under the weather a little bit. He's some robots like Phil need service every now and then, and so
You just gotta lube them up there good.
I hope he feels
That's what David Alt told me.
better.
Not touching that.
Passing stones. Yo.
yes, wonderful. Well, yeah, thank you, Phil, and thank you, David. Those are fascinating stories, and there's a gentleman on here who has been silent, and I'm wondering. Speaking of Colorado and ghost stories, I wonder if
Did you want me to
Mr.
tell mine again?
Where's that mute button again? What is it?
It all started in the mountains. Picture a windy road. Me and my family. I've been very lucky, I'm afraid. I don't have any spooky encounters to deliver. A story, if you're interested.
Oh, please.
As long as it's off topic.
Yes, that's right.
There was one occurrence in my early childhood that certainly felt like a ghost story at the time, though it turns out to have a rather mundane explanation. And it took place, I must have been, I want to say 7 years old, perhaps 8, if we're generous. Definitely didn't learn any of the requisite skills to live, much like today, yet. And it was the first time that my father had traveled out of town for work that I can remember, I'm sure. In my early life, before my gray matter began to retain things, there were other times, but it's the first time in my memory that he left us. So it was my mother, and I have 3 siblings. God, I hope that's the right number of siblings, I think. And so it was sort of a surreal situation, one of those weird firsts of childhood where you already feel a little bit uncomfortable because your father is gone and you're not quite sure why. So we decided to soothe ourselves. My siblings and I, we would camp out together, sort of last the experience in one another's company. And so we decided to go out onto the porch. We all dragged, couch cushions and sleeping bags out onto the front porch. And it was kind of a way up in the mountains in this weird place called Ken Carroll, if you're interested. Look it up. Way up in the mountains, rural area, not much around, dark and tree-filled. And so we dragged all our stuff out. It was just starting to get to be sundown. The light twinkling through the tippy tops of the trees. I'll stop now. I'll stop being poetic. And we decided to drag a TV out there. It was like an old, boxy thing, nonsensical to today's eyes. And we plugged it in and we had all our stuff out there. And so the porch, I was explaining, had one staircase up above the garage, and then it had another staircase up above where we had like our wood pile. One of those situations. So you would park under the porch and then get your wood and go up the stairs. So there were 2 ways to get up there. And importantly, one of them was gated. The one above the garage had a gate on it. The one above the wood pile did not. It was just a stairwell right up to the porch. So we're out there, we're watching a movie. I don't think it was anything scary even. It was like some Western nonsense. And it was just having a fun time out in the starlight. The sun had gone fully down by that point. The movie was wrapping up. We had been blaring it across the treetops with no mind to be surreptitious. And we start to hear some noises.
At first, in the distant trees, there's some rustling, and bushes and twigs being snapped. Bushes being snapped right in half. It was crazy. No, subtle rustling. And then there were little soft footsteps under the porch. And then little sort of breathing noises. And we didn't think much of it. We weren't in a very spooky mind for whatever reason, but we definitely noticed it, and we started asking, like, is everyone out here? Like, is one of my brothers down below the porch trying to freak everyone out? And we're like, nope, we're all sitting here. Let's do a head count. And so it got to be a little bit creepy, and we're starting to picture what could be out there. And my oldest brother started telling us a story of this old lady who lived in a can house in the woods. And she kept her cans out there like empty jars, and nobody knew what they were for, because we started to hear like some clinking sounds and weirdness. And so my brother was telling us this story, and it just got to be to the creepy part where he was going to reveal that it is an old woman out there watching us, and she's going to put pieces of us in her cans. And we look over at the gated stairwell, and there is a light pair of eyes staring back at us, like shiny, shiny eyes, low down under the gate. And my sister, the wisest of us by far, it's easy to say, just very calmly said, "That is a mountain lion." And it was probably 4 feet away from us. It was just listening to my brother's story about the old can lady right behind the gate. We all just very, very quietly and calmly grabbed our sleeping bags and went inside off the porch. And we closed the door and we slept indoors. That's the end of my story.
I love it so much, Peter.
We're starting to freak ourselves out about all the things it could be, and none of us thought it could be a mountain lion 4 feet away.
It's actually something that could kill you.
With Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy caught that mountain lion.
So hardly spooky, but
oh, that was good though.
Unnerving.
I love the can lady. 10 out of 10 can ladies.
Yeah, who's writing the can lady no sleep story?
Yeah.
I think
It's
every
a whole
time he said
spin-off
the ladies'
podcast.
cans, Atticus, his face a little twitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's lots of stories about a lady's can out there.
Yeah,
That's what? Never mind.
I've read them all. I've narrated some.
Hey. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Peter. That is a well-told tale.
Thank you for indulging me in my tippy tops of trees.
Yes, that's right. I like stories about cougars and mountain lions and stuff like that.
Cans, cougars.
Cougars,
all the
especially.
Cougars,
Yes.
lady cans.
Indeed.
That fire is roaring now.
Well, we're quickly approaching the top of our final hour. In our final hour, we are. I guess we can get ready to head into our final tale, so to speak. So, does anyone else have anything to share about scary stuff? I was just going to say,
Nicole's got one flash fic to read.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we can do that because I don't think our final tale takes a full hour. So, Nicole, if you would like to
Sure. Flash
favor
fiction.
us with some flash fiction, that would be wonderful.
Flash us, Nicole. Wait.
Atticus, not here. Not now.
I hope
That's
it's
for
a
the
story
Twitch
from
stream.
I hope it's a cat POV for this.
Ladies and
Anyways,
gentlemen, Nicole, good night.
I will be reading a story called Katard Syndrome, which is written by Tanya Simone. The day after I committed suicide, I met my true love. He couldn't see me, of course, but I fell madly in love with the way he walked, the way he would gently touch other people and things around him, almost with a true appreciation of life. He had what I wished I had had in life. So I moved in with him. I watch over him while he sleeps. I can't touch him, of course, and he doesn't know I'm here, but sometimes I leave little presents for him. A chocolate here and there, just to make sure that he knows there's someone out there that truly cares for him. My love for him is so strong that he can even feel it at times. He called out yesterday asking if someone was there. It warmed my heart so much. I know that when he one day joins me in death, we can truly be together, and he'll see me, look at me straight in my teared up eyes, and tell me that he loves me too. It all got so difficult today. He must have called someone. I suppose they must be exorcists or psychics. They're all dressed in blue, and they're trying to take me away from him. With force, they dragged me out of his home, our home, and brought me to a white room and asked me questions. I assumed that this is the afterlife I would have gone to had I not chose to stay on with the living. Everyone is dressed in white. They keep telling me lies. They keep telling me that I'm not dead. They keep telling me that squatting in a blind man's house is illegal. They keep telling me that I'm crazy. But I know that's not true. I'm making my way back to the world of the living now. I had to hurt one of the angels dressed in white to steal his key card. I'm going to my true love, and today, he'll be joining me in death.
Ooh.
Bravo. Brava. Brava.
Love that story.
I love it. It's my favorite. No one would know, right?
It takes me back to our very first tour when we did that flash fiction. And
Yeah.
David talking about how he was a newlywed and what he would do.
Oh,
Niagara Falls.
Niagara
Yeah,
Falls.
Niagara
It's so
Falls.
good.
Niagara Falls, maybe.
And then I actually met him up at Niagara Falls one day. So that was a terrifying moment in my life.
That's
We all
right.
went to Niagara Falls together, remember?
We did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a terrifying moment in our lives, wasn't it, though? Just thinking back to that story and how he could have just pushed
Downtown
us.
Niagara Falls is pretty scary.
That's
Finding
right.
parking is pretty scary.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nicole. Wonderful. As David said, a classic from the past, but that's a great one. Great story.
That is a crazy kitty cat.
That's right. Well, hey, thanks to everyone who joined us. And if anyone who is on here now wants to hang out, like, turn your mic and camera off, and then once the story ends, we'll come back, we'll join up again, and we'll bid everyone a good night.
You either have had too much to drink so far or not enough.
Not enough, I'm afraid. Yes, I was going to try to combine a happy Halloween and a fun night or something, but yes. So we will delve into our final story of the evening here, and
Bye for now.
bye everyone who's not in the story.
I'm
We love
staying.
you.
No, no.
Oh, now this is great. We've got David and Graham here
Right,
now. Which
there's like,
which one
wait a
is going to
minute.
do it?
Wait. I don't have to do it.
Who is going to? Are
Do
you
you have the
are you
script,
prepared
David?
to do it, David? Or
I have the script. Yes, it was sent out when David emailed everyone to say, "Would you like to be in?"
Oh, I think there was some question about whether you would be able to be here for the second story. So maybe that's why Graham.
It's
Well, thank
okay,
you, Graham.
If you want to come on, I will quite happily.
No, Graham has graciously and wonderfully passed you the baton.
Alternate lines.
That'd be good. That would be fun. Yeah, that's right. We should read it simultaneously. So, yes, this story. This was another one that we did back. Was this in Toronto? I guess it was a Toronto script.
It was Gin Mill, wasn't it?
It was a Gin Mill story. Yes.
Yeah.
And
How
this
do you guys
one,
remember this? Oh my god. Canada just blurs into one Canadian experience.
See, unlike you, Jessica, we try not to wipe the tours from our minds as soon as they're over.
I have to reclaim my mental health afterwards, and that
That's
means
right.
destroying all memory of everything.
Well, see, you try to forget that you were with Brandon, and other things get wiped out of your memory. That's
You said that, and my stomach literally clenched. It was like, Brandon, oh.
I'm not even on screen.
That's wonderful. Well, this story that we're going to conclude with is from the venerable, the great Michael Whitehouse, and all I have to do is say his name. And if you know Michael, and if you know our live shows, you know that we're heading to that beautiful town known as Wyndham, and we are back there again. And what's interesting is that we have done stories after this. We did a story. Now this is where my memory fails, but we've done a story on the podcast that basically references this story.
That's right. Yes.
So yeah,
We did that story on tour.
Yes,
the last
it was.
tour.
Oh, of course it was. Yes, last year we did. a
Oh,
Halloween
now
show.
who doesn't
Yeah.
remember?
Tours?
Because there was a
That's what-
whole scene with me and Nicole talking about this.
Mhm.
That's right.
How creepy her uncle, father? What?
Father,
Her
yeah.
dad.
Father,
She's-
father, yes.
yes.
The daughter.
That's right. So
Spoilers.
yeah, so there's this whole wonderful Wyndham universe that's interconnected with most of our stories, certainly Michael's stories. So this is very not anachronistic, but we're a little out of order here. But anyways, we're thrilled to be able to do another story from Michael, and this one is called Chester's Last Wish. And as most stories are wont to do, they begin with the wind blowing and footsteps on an empty road.
Far until we get to your house, Casey.
It's about a 15-minute walk from here, just on the edge of town.
Oh, it's a cold one tonight. I wish one of us was a designated driver.
Yeah, and is it always this quiet? This place is dead.
Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about, Yara.
Yeah, Yara, less of the dead, please. Some of us still live here.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just the bar we were in was quiet, and now we're outside. The town seems empty. I never even saw any kids trick-or-treating earlier. Does the town not do that sort of thing?
You'd think on Halloween the kids would be out and the adults would be partying, dressed in badly made costumes, wouldn't you? There's a reason they're not, Yara.
Oh, really?
It's the October curse of Wyndham Town.
The October curse?
Ignore Casey, Yara. Ever since we were kids, he's loved trying to frighten us with his bullshit. Especially on Halloween. Don't give him the pleasure of thinking his stories are any good.
Look, I'm always down for some scary stories. I love Halloween, and as far as I can see, this town could do with some more of it. Anyway, I grew up in the city. I think I can handle whatever this small town has to offer.
Don't be so sure.
Now do you understand why I moved away from Wyndham as soon as I could, Yara?
I prefer my life to be busier, but the town's not without its charm, Justin, if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I didn't leave and change my name to Graham to get away from the town. I was trying to get away from these two.
And yet, you come back here every fall for a couple of weeks to catch up with everyone. Why's that?
Yeah, explain yourself, Justin, or the townsfolk will soon be out with their pitchforks and lanterns.
Oh, what can I say? I can't change where I come from, even if I wanted to, even if I changed my accent. I just like to look back into my past to see how far I've come, warts and all. A bit like looking at your face, Millie.
Oh, the city hasn't dulled your sparkling wit, Justin.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Millie. Justin takes any opportunity he can to go on and on about his hometown and how much he misses it. That's why I had to come back with him this time to see what it was all about, and of course to meet you.
Me?
Yeah, if there's one thing he talks about more than this town, it's his dear sweet Millie, his oldest friend.
She's pulling your leg, Millie. I do not go on and on about you or Wyndham.
You too. Remember when we had that dinner with Jack and Ellen a few weeks ago?
Oh, God, how could I forget? They thought I was an idiot for suggesting there was something good about living in the country away from coughing cars and raised voices of the city.
Yeah, well, when they asked you about where you were born, you got all misty-eyed and prattled on about your love for Wyndham Town for the next hour and about how part of you will always be here wherever you go. Oh, and about your childhood sweetheart. Jack thought it was poetic of you, but I thought it was just kind of sad.
We were hardly sweethearts.
No.
And hey, I'd miss my home tomb if I ever plucked up the courage to leave like you did, Justin.
Well, then do it, Millie. There's so much more to the world, and you've got a lot to offer, so just leave.
Leave and do what? I hate working in a store in Windham, but what makes you think it would be different any other place? I might as well stay where I know the people. Besides, if I left, who'd listen to Casey's made-up stories?
Hey, they're not made up. Okay, some of them are made up, but everything I write for the newspaper is verified fact.
Like the exclusive expose you wrote about the seedy underground belly of Windham's secret heroin problem?
Now Windham comes to life. You wouldn't think a cozy little town like this would have had a bad drug problem.
Yeah, that's because it doesn't. Unless you count a few teenagers quietly enjoying some pot as a danger to the fabric of Windham society.
Casey had to print a retraction on that one, didn't ya?
For causing undue panic or something or other, yes. But I stand by the story, though. Someone was smuggling heroin through the town, and I was convinced it was a local bakery, that they were in on it.
Yeah, of course they were, Casey.
Don't listen to them, Yara. I'm the best journalist this country has produced in years. But some editors don't have the guts to support me, and it's not my fault my source gave me faulty information.
Never mind that, Casey. If Windham doesn't have a secret drug ring, it must have something that makes it interesting. Something festering under the surface. All these little places pretend to be cozy, but deep down, there's poison underneath. As a matter of fact, you still haven't answered my question.
What question?
The October Curse of Windham. What's that all about?
Don't encourage him, Yara.
Seriously, I want to know. And it'll make this walk home a little more interesting. If there's one night of the year I want to hear about a curse, it's Halloween. With no drunks and bad zombie outfits stumbling around the streets, it just doesn't feel like Halloween here. Give me a good ghost story. That'll do just fine. Something to make me feel like this trip wasn't a waste.
Well, I was kind of joking around, but there are a few people who genuinely believe bad things happen in Windham around Halloween. It's 11 p.m., so there probably were kids out earlier, though there are some parents who don't let their children out on Halloween night.
Oh, because of the curse?
I'm not so sure it's so much of a curse, but there are a few things that have happened either on Halloween or near to it. A few years ago, for example, our local church collapsed on Halloween with our town sheriff inside. They never found his body.
Halloween's a real strange night to be in church.
Well, that's just it. No one knows why he was there. Then, a couple of Halloweens ago, a group of people at the Windham radio station disappeared during a Halloween broadcast.
Oh, now that just sounds like a publicity stunt.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think happened.
Yeah, some people believe that, but the station staff still haven't been found. If it was a prank, that's a lot of commitment to stay hidden for all this time.
Not to mention breaking the law. The cops looked everywhere for them.
A lot of people feel strange things happen in Windham, but it's the usual sort of stuff. It's superstition, hearsay, and just plain fiction.
I'm not so sure. I've found quite a few odd stories here and there around town. People go missing. Even just last year, a group of backpackers disappeared, and the last place they were seen alive was in Windham. And these things have been going on for a long time. Did you know our town had a serial killer back in the 1800s?
Serial killer? Huh, this place just might redeem itself yet.
He was called the Windham Snatcher. Kidnapped a bunch of women from the town back in the day. Then there's the old Demetra place. Most people don't last too long there before moving out. Rumors about it being haunted. People hearing the rustling of leaves at night when there's no wind.
Look, I've lived here my entire life, and I've never experienced anything odd about Windham. It's just a quiet little town like anywhere else.
Did you know it was founded on an Indian burial ground?
Really?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on.
But if they made a corny horror movie about Windham, that's probably how they'd explain it. Something sure as hell casts a long shadow on this town. Like it attracts things that go bump in the night.
I don't believe anything like that. People get bored around here. There's not a lot to do. So they make up stories. Any town that's been around for as long as Windham has its own urban legends.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Millie. Seeing is believing, and it's always a friend of someone's old neighbor's cousin who had something strange happen to them. It's never a first-hand account. And when it is, it's usually Casey making it up.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see something supernatural or strange happen, but I've never been that lucky. Hey, I have an idea, if you aren't too tired.
Yeah, well, I am a little tired. 8:30 is my bedtime, and I was hoping we could get back to Casey's spare room and hit the hay. And maybe curl up and watch a horror film?
Oh, that's fine, but I do warn you, I like to spoon.
We can do that anytime, Justin. But tonight is Halloween, and I want to see more of your home. Casey, you said spooky things often happen at this time of year around town?
So what did you have in mind?
Let's go to one of those places in town, somewhere something happened or people tell stories about. Maybe we'll see something, but if not, it'll still be fun.
I'm with Justin on this one. Why don't we head back to Casey's and have a couple of drinks instead? Where it's warm?
How much Halloween do you think you can handle, Yara?
They're not listening to us, are they?
Nope.
How much Halloween have you got?
How does a haunted pumpkin patch sound?
Ooh, you're kidding, really?
As much as I hate to encourage Casey, he is right about that. Chester's Field isn't that far from here, and a lot of the kids tell stories about it. But they're just stories. And the farther I'm away from anything to do with Old Chester, the better.
Lead the way.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, Justin, I promise. When we get back to the house, we can curl up just like you wanted. But let's do this first, for me. It isn't every Halloween a girl gets to visit a haunted pumpkin patch.
Oh, all right. You'll be the end of me.
Oh, okay. It's just up here.
Gate's locked.
Yeah, it's private land. This is the only way to get to the patch. Okay, everyone, hop over the gate.
Here, Justin, I'll help. You'll fall otherwise.
I haven't had that much to drink, Millie. Thank you.
You were always a lightweight. Watch your step.
Oh, I think I stood in something. Oh, God, what is that?
It's manure. A cow pat. Welcome to the countryside.
Yeah, I'm having second thoughts. I didn't think we'd have to trek up such a muddy trail.
Aw, don't wimp out on me now, Yara. Show these two country bumpkins what you city folk are made of.
Well, I never back down from a challenge. Lead on.
It's just along here. Yeah, no, watch your step. The ground is uneven.
So, you said this pumpkin patch is haunted?
The local kids say the field itself is haunted.
Well, we're lucky that there's a Halloween full moon out. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see a thing up here.
I've heard the stories too. But I think most of them are just because people really didn't like Chester. And, who can blame them?
Chester?
Okay, so if you combine Ebenezer Scrooge with Henry F. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life, you'd still not get close to how mean that old arsehole was.
Well, that sounds delightful. Chester owns the field then, or?
He used to, until he died a few years ago. No one was sad about him passing away. Not even his only daughter.
He's that bad of a man, huh?
You could say that. He was rich.
Yeah, I believe the term is quite literally stinking rich.
Nothing's wrong with making a little bit of money.
No doubt, but it wasn't about the money he made, more about how he made it.
And how he spent it. He was obsessed with always winning at everything. Would even refer to himself in the third person and say, Chester always gets his way.
Oh, Yara, watch your step there.
Another one? These shoes will never be the same again.
Well, I'll buy you a new pair when we go back to the city tomorrow.
I'll buy my own, thanks.
Over there. Do you see it?
It's kind of hard in this light.
That's Chester's Field, all right. Looks like there are still some pumpkins left in the soil.
Another gate?
Yeah, the farmer who now owns the field tries his best to keep the local kids out, but the brave ones usually steal a few pumpkins before they're harvested. Unusual to see so many still here. Guess it was a slow Halloween.
I'll give you one thing. This field is eerie. That low-lying mist doesn't help. Looks like an old hokey film studio. So, do we climb over, or?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's do it.
Wait. We've seen the patch now. What good is it to climb into it? It's getting colder by the minute, and it's almost midnight.
Yeah, I have to agree with Millie.
Oh, you would.
Sorry, what does that mean?
Nothing. Are you two staying here, or are you coming with me and Casey?
I'm coming, I guess.
Justin?
Oh, it'll be okay, Millie. We'll just walk over to the middle of the patch and then come back, okay? Will that satisfy you, Yara?
Well, that depends on if we get to see any ghosts or ghouls.
I can't promise anything, but it's as good a night as any for that sort of thing.
Hey, will you help me over at the gate, Casey?
Sure thing.
Okay, we're in the patch. Now what?
Lead the way to the middle of the field, Casey, and tell me more about this Chester guy.
Chester. He was as mean as they come. He'd made his millions through property developments across several decades. Oh, watch you don't trip over that pumpkin.
Oh, jeez. Thanks. Go on.
Well, a lot of people used to speculate that Chester owned half the town. If that wasn't true, he certainly acted like it.
I hated him. Vile old man.
Sounds personal, Millie.
Chester closed down the local paper mill my dad worked at. He put a lot of people out of work. But he promised everyone in town that he was going to build a new factory there and create new jobs. And then he never did.
The project must have fallen through, I guess.
Well, one night, Chester got drunk in town and started spouting off about how he'd changed his mind about the new factory and was developing land elsewhere. Apparently, it was because, in his eyes, the folks in town weren't appreciative enough. He wanted people to drop at his feet. I think he got a kick out of watching the town suffer.
He left the old factory to rot, even though it must have cost him a fortune. My dad hit the bottle after that and never really recovered, so... Yeah, Chester ruined a lot of families out of spite. But he always got his way. Look, I've never been glad when someone died, but with him...
A real piece of work, huh?
Yeah.
So, what's old Chester got to do with this field, then?
Well, that's the interesting part. There had been rumors for years that Chester had been a little too lucky with building his fortune. Some say he had links to organized crime, others that he had hired a bunch of goons to intimidate landowners into selling to him, cheap. No one could prove it, though. The first time I heard the legend about this field was when I was about 10. You remember, Justin. Tommy DeVance told us.
Oh, yeah, that Chester had killed several people and stole their property and then buried the bodies here.
Oh, I remember that. The other kids made up a rhyme about him. Oh, how did it go?
Old Man Chester has...
Oh, that's right. Old Man Chester has his ways. He counts his coins for all his days. And if his coins you try to steal, he'll... How did it go?
He'll bury you too in Chester's field or something like that.
I take it no one in Windham has won any prizes for poetry. Did no one ever dig up the field and find out if bodies were actually buried there?
No. If Chester had ever done anything illegal, never mind committing murder, he'd done a great job of covering it up. That is, until about 2 years ago.
Ooh, what happened?
Oh, it's one of the reasons I know so much about this place. I was indirectly involved, you see?
Indirectly involved in what?
His death.
Another great joke, Casey. Good one.
I'm serious, Justin. I was involved.
You murdered him?
No. I don't have that in me. But I reckon I did put the nail in his coffin.
Guys, this place is starting to freak me out. The pumpkins almost look like little heads sticking out of the ground in this mist. Can we keep the morbid jokes to a minimum?
You don't look like you're joking, Casey.
Oh, I'm not. Not about this. I haven't told anyone this, but I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. I'm writing a book, or I was.
Was?
Yeah, about 3 years ago. I started writing a book about some of the strange things that had happened in Windham. A kind of macabre history of the town. I remembered the stories about this field, and so I started doing some research. I thought I could get away with talking about the field and a rich landowner burying bodies here without mentioning Chester's name. I thought it would make a good opening for the book. But the more I researched, the more I realized that the real book, the real story, was an investigative piece into Chester's business dealings. I remembered your dad, Millie.
What about him?
The factory, his drinking, how it affected you.
You didn't put that in the book, did you?
No, I'd never do that. But I thought I could get him and others some justice, put Chester back in his place for good. Somehow, Chester caught wind of the book, and I received a few seething phone calls from him.
What, he threatened you? Oh, sounds like old Chester, all right.
Yeah, put the fear of God into me. More like it. But he said it'd be a shame if something happened to my kid brother. Well, I got cold feet after that. But I'd been talking to a local police officer who'd found some irregularities in an old missing persons case, which Chester had been interviewed about decades ago. The discrepancies led to the case being reopened. The noose was tightening around old Chester, and I guess it got to him. The old fart keeled over and died of a massive coronary.
You can't blame yourself for that.
Yeah, I know.
Or take the credit.
I know that, too.
Well, here we are in the middle of the field. Now what?
Let's just wait a while and see if something happens.
I don't like this. It's so dark, even with the moon. And this mist on the ground. I can't even see my feet.
Oh, poor scared Millie. No wonder you never had the guts to leave Windham.
Excuse me, that is enough, Yara.
I'm only kidding. Let's keep talking about the field. Maybe it'll rattle something loose. Casey, did no one ever dig here for the bodies after Chester died?
Not that I know of. The case against him went cold, and there wasn't enough evidence for law enforcement to get a warrant to start searching for a body. The irony is that, other than his name being dragged through the mud, old Chester would have probably survived unscathed.
But didn't even his daughter say some pretty terrible things about him?
Yeah, she was estranged from him. He left her a pittance and gave the rest of his fortune to his companies. He did entrust her with one final request, though.
The ashes. I remember hearing about that.
That's right. Yeah, his last two wishes were that his ashes be scattered on the ground in this field, and for a memorial to be erected to his memory. The field was never to be sold or used for any other purpose. Makes sense to me, in a way. Chester was so twisted, he probably got a kick out of his ashes mixing with the rotting corpses of the people he'd murdered, and getting away with the whole thing. Getting his own way was the most important thing of all.
Yeah, but what about the pumpkin patch?
Well, as soon as Chester's ashes were scattered here and his daughter finally got control of his estate, she sold the field to a local farmer. She wanted to defy what was left of him, even if it was powdered dust.
Okay, now I'm a little freaked out.
By which part?
How about all of it?
Yeah, I think that's enough Halloween for tonight. Can we go?
This is wasted on you guys. Look around you. We don't have anything like this in the city. It's Halloween night. We're standing in what's left of a pumpkin patch where an evil man's ashes were scattered. Can't you just enjoy the moment?
What's that?
What's what?
I thought I saw something.
Now that's the spirit, Millie. Now I see why you like her, Justin.
No, really. What was that? I just saw something move over there.
Oh, wait, she's right.
I don't see anything but mist on the ground and a moon in the sky. I am, however, starting to feel the cold, so maybe it was time we started heading home.
Or maybe we're about to see something?
Like what?
You know, a supernatural something. Maybe we'll be the people to tell a story about our strange encounter after tonight.
You don't really believe in all this stuff, do you?
You're scaring Millie, Yara. Just stop it.
You are so protective of her, Justin. Doesn't make you feel big and strong.
Oh, what are you getting at, Yara? You've been making sniping comments all night about me and Millie. If you've got something to say, just come out and say it.
You know fine well what I'm getting at. The reason you come back to this boring little town every fall. Don't think I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I saw that too.
I think we should start walking.
Why? You country folks scare too easily.
Move, Yara.
Are you just gonna let him speak to me like that, Justin?
There's someone standing over there.
Don't be so silly. Who is that?
I don't know. I can't see his face.
Hey, buddy. You lost?
What is he doing?
Looks like he's lying down on the ground.
Must be drunk.
Should we check on him?
Check on him? No, let him sleep it off.
It's cold tonight and getting colder. I don't think it's a good idea to just let him sleep in this field.
Yeah, I don't want to write a story in the local paper about someone dying of hypothermia out here. Especially if I'm in it. Come on, let's go take a look.
What if it's Chester?
Casey's really pulled a number on you, Yara. It's just a guy.
Whoa, where'd he go?
I can't see him anymore. He was lying right over there, I think.
Is that a hole in the ground?
Christ, he must have fallen in. Come on!
What the hell is this?
It's empty.
It looks more like a grave than a random hole. Are you guys pulling my leg? Get the city girl out here and give her a few frights?
I wish. No, I have no idea what this hole is, but I don't like it. We should get out of here right now.
Agreed.
Did someone just whisper my name?
Casey, I'm not in the mood for your tricks.
Guys, I'm serious. I just heard someone whisper my name.
I didn't hear anything.
There it is again. My God, it sounded like
it came from the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it too, though. It sounded more like my name.
You're both crazy. Justin, I've had enough of tonight. Can we go?
Sure, yes.
If he's going anywhere, he's going with me.
I didn't mean...
I know exactly what you meant.
Okay, now that I heard.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Head for the gate.
Wait, my foot's stuck. What the hell is this? I'm sinking into the mud?
I'm stuck too.
Help!
Millie, grab my hand.
I'm your girlfriend, you idiot! Save me!
I got you, Millie.
Hurry! It feels like something's pulling me under.
It's up to my waist.
I'll help you, Yara. Don't make any sudden movements. Just reach out and grab my hand. We'll pull you out.
I've got you, Millie. Oh.
I'm out, thank God. We need to help Yara.
I've got a hold of her, but my hand is slipping.
What the hell is this?
The ground's turning to sand.
Not sand. That's ash.
Something's coming.
Something's coming out of the ground.
It can't be.
Look at the size of its teeth.
Don't let him take me, Justin. Please.
Yara,
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, but we can't just leave her down there.
Oh, it bit into her skull. God, Justin, it pulled her under. She's gone. Run for it.
Casey, come back!
Casey! It got him too.
We need to leave. I won't end up like they did.
Well, come on. Let's just head for the gate quietly, and maybe it can't find us in the dark.
Join us, Millie.
There's something behind us. I can feel it.
Don't look back. Just keep heading towards the gate.
Millie, we're still alive. Don't leave us.
Justin, I can hear Casey and Yara.
Look, we're at the gate now. I'll hop over and I'll help you from the other side.
Justin.
There, I'm out. Quick, Millie, give me a hand.
Something's grabbed my hair! It's the thing from the ground!
Don't struggle, Millie!
Help me, Justin!
Just don't struggle!
It won't let go!
Skin is burnt ash, the eyes are gone, those teeth are sharp, but I never forget a face.
Run,
Chester.
Justin!
No, Millie, I won't leave you. In any case, I don't think old Chester here can leave when his ashes are scattered. Well, am I right? Otherwise, you'd have already torn me to pieces where I stand on the other side of the field gate.
It's broken me.
Hey, hear me out, Chester. Chester, in life, you're a businessman. So, let me make you a proposition. If you let her go, I'll buy this field. I'll erect the memorial about your life that you wanted your daughter to, and I'll make sure no one ever uses the field again. Deal?
You let me go.
Good. Okay, now slow and steady. No sudden movements. Climb over, Millie.
Where'd he go? Where'd that thing go?
Oh,
Yara and Casey.
I know.
You can't just let that old bastard win.
Well, after I call the police and report that Casey and Yara were attacked by someone in the field, I'm going to buy it just like I promised.
And then?
And then I'm going to have the ground excavated, and after we find the bodies of Chester's victims, past and present, he'll get his memorial all right. A big old sign about how much of a coward he was in life and death. You hear that, Chester? Everyone's finally going to know just how twisted you really are.
There's someone on the patch, Justin. Just up ahead.
Oh, fuck.
I thought you said he couldn't leave the field.
Oh, no. Chester
always gets his way.
Yay!
Hooray!
Hooray! Huzzah!
Die!
Fantastic.
Yay, we all died.
We all died.
That's my favorite.
Excellent work, everybody.
It's kind of what you guys do, though.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Brandon, do you even know what we do?
Can we just have a story where the music just dies halfway through and we're like, oh, Brandon's
The day
dead.
the music died.
I just died.
Yeah, except no one's going down to the levee to cry.
I thought you were going to say except no one would realize it.
Can I just check my audio's working now this time? Last
It
time when I
is.
came
Yep,
back
it
after a while, it broke.
Yep, you're
And
good.
we've got Tanya joining us now.
Maybe your power went out.
Yeah.
My power went out 16 times during that performance.
Wow.
Wow.
That's right. Hello, Tanya Milosevic has joined us. Her,
Oh, hey.
I'm not sure. Her
Tanya.
camera's off, and I'm not sure about her audio. But if you can hear us, Tanya, welcome. Thank you for joining us near the end
I'm
of the
talking her
stream.
through joining.
Good. Yeah. Oh boy, that was fun. That took me back. Took me back to good
Yeah.
memories. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
It's a good time.
Lots of there's always, it's funny, Michael's stories often have this sort of tension between couples and fighting. I know that
Well, my boyfriend was a dick, so
I think actually
I disagree. I disagree a little bit.
because it's his
Here we
Yara.
go.
sweetheart every year.
Here we go.
To hang out. Wow, Nicole.
To save you before he saves me. Wow, Millie.
You were awful.
He was a dick.
You were.
He betrayed me.
I think we can all agree it was Kyle's fault.
Absolutely, Kyle.
Right, yeah, no,
Believe
I
it.
agree with that.
I love the bit where Kyle came in with an axe saying, "Here's Kyle."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
indeed, yes. Well, I think Jessica and Nicole should start a podcast where they analyze all of Michael's Wyndham stories. That would be
The amount of times me and Nicole are just like, remember like the other Wyndham story where we're dating and you're being a total bitch to me the whole time.
You wanted food. I wanted spooky things.
I just wanted a sandwich, and Nicole's
I just
like,
wanted
"Fuck
spooky.
you, bitch! We're going in the
They're
church basement."
gargoyles, honey.
There again, me and
This is a
Jessica, we
biographical
wanted to
story.
leave. We wanted to go out. We wanted to go out into the
Yeah?
nice wall. We wanted to get food. We would have been fine if it weren't for you
Well,
guys.
Erica was on my side.
Well, Erica would.
And where is she now?
Erica would be. Erica's live stream after this. Remember to check it out.
Look at that segue, masterfully done.
Indeed. Well, very well done. Well, that was so much fun. Thank you.
That was a lot of fun.
team.
I actually have to head out of
It's
here,
really
guys.
fun.
Nope, you got to stay, Brandon.
Oh,
I gotta
Brandon.
take the kiddo trick or treating. We're doing that here, so it's been
Well.
fun.
How dare you?
What will we do? What will we do for music?
Oh, we got the music
open
from
to
season
Spotify.
2.
Oh,
Yeah,
there.
what's the music from
This is
season
so much
2?
better back
It's
then.
better.
You got to get that in
music
before I
was better
leave.
back then.
We'll pop on some lo-fi Halloween beats. Nobody will even hear us.
The lower fi, the better.
The lowest
Cloud
fi.
is doing anything right
I
now?
want like no fi.
Zero
Down
fi.
for fi.
Fi. Negative fi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Where's
guys have a
everyone
lovely
else?
night with your no-fi hip-hop beats to study.
Goodbye,
What you guys
Brandon.
do.
Have a wonderful.
Bye, Brandon. Happy
Thanks,
Halloween.
Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Bye,
We actually love you.
Bye.
I love your music too.
Bye, Dadula.
See you in
Thank
Hex.
God he's gone.
See you in Hex. I thought you were going to say, see you in hell.
Aggressive.
I thought about it.
I love you. See you in hell.
Have fun storming the
Tanya?
castle.
What
Tanya, are
accent
you
was
with
that?
us? Your mic is muted if you don't know. There we go.
Yep, I'm here. I just
Tanya?
muted so you don't hear my
Hello.
background noise. Hello.
Hello, Tanya.
Hi.
I hear you.
Yay.
Wonderful.
That's a good thing at the moment because there's no background noise. But happy Halloween. I
Yes.
love
Happy Halloween.
the 2-hour special. It was epic.
Thank
You were in like half of it. You got to
Thank
speak
you.
German. That's incredible.
It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so glad you could be part of the Halloween shows. That's great.
Me too. I was so excited to be in good, talented company here. So
Wow.
No, you.
We
Ooh.
should give a shout out to our authors that are in the Halloween show that we released
Oh, there's
today.
some of them in chat too. Marcus is here.
Yeah,
I saw
yay.
I've got Anders Reese with the Port Scarecrow.
Oh, that one's so
Oh.
nice.
Oh, that was good. It was creepy.
That was fantastic, that story. And then we've got a fantastic story again from S.H. Cooper with The Gandhi Dancer,
Right.
which
Gandhi
is
Dancer.
where I'm up to
Ooh.
in the episode right now. And it's shaping up to be excellent.
Mhm.
And we've got a story I loved. I love them all, so I'm going to say this for everyone. But the story I loved, Millicent Blackwood's Very Scary Halloween Social and Tea, written by Kristen Karma.
Oh, lovely.
Yay! That was such a scrumptious party until the end.
Until the
I
end.
was jealous of the food they had at that party.
Oh,
Me
it sounded
too.
so
Halloween
nice.
Party with food.
Adam's family wedding.
And then we've got Halloween at Hogan's Creek by
Man and
the
Lysette.
legend
Man
that
and
is
Lysette.
Man and Lysette. And
And we
what I've said about every other story, this is a fantastic story. I loved this one a lot. And then
What
last
about-
but not
I think the old man
least-
in that story wasn't very good, but the rest of it,
Oh,
Nicole was
the old
great.
man was fantastic. And then last but not least, we've got Hide the Knives by our very own summer writer, Marcus Demanda.
Yay!
Olivia, you're forgetting one.
Woo!
I didn't want to blow my own horn.
Olivia.
I'll blow your
Olivia
own
White.
horn. We have
I'll blow your
very
horn.
Don't
little-
Ask
Thank you, Nicole.
by Olivia White.
Yay.
I'm in it.
Yay.
Atticus is in
Yay.
it. Kyle, are you in
Jeff.
that? No, you think your
No,
throat was
Dan.
I did nothing.
I'm in it. I
Atticus
think.
and
I'm in it.
Jeff Clement
Still
plays the
searching for
lead
the
character
original author.
with an absolutely excellent lead performance from Jeff there.
Mhm, that's right.
I've heard that one that I've got up to have with you, Sarah. So very, very pleased with how you guys performed my story. I'm very, very grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to write a Halloween chant, you see, so I thought I'll wrap it in a little bit of a story.
Wait, did you convince us to? Did you trick us into doing the writing that's on your walls?
Oh my god.
Maybe that was
All
the
makes
fifth
sense.
image I left out.
I'm
Not-
screwed.
Like not just chant it, we like chant screams. There was some
Yeah.
we just chant screams.
Yeah.
So much better in performance than it is on the page. I always love that when I write anything that I think, oh yeah, this is all right. And then you guys will do it. And it's just like, whoa. That's so much better than in my head.
Even when I'm talking about
So
Quip
good.
toothbrushes.
Especially when you're talking about
Actually, now I
are
want to
like-
get a Quip toothbrush because I heard that.
They're so good.
I got
I
one
want a quick
because of the
toothbrush.
podcast.
I have the Bluetooth one. Oh,
I don't
it's
know if you
great.
can get them in the UK. Maybe
And then I
Quip,
lost
if you're
one
listening,
on tour.
I
Quip,
picked
I
one
write
up on
about you
tour,
every
yeah.
few weeks. Please
Mr.
send me a
Quip.
toothbrush.
If you're here,
Yeah, I write so much about Quip, and I've not got one because I live in the UK. If you want to send me a Quip toothbrush, I would
I'd
brush my
send you
teeth
one.
every hour. I would do nothing but brush my teeth. And I'll need to for my new voice actor gig now.
Oh, yes. You must have strong teeth to be a voice actor.
Yeah. Or no teeth. That could be my gimmick.
The No Teeth podcast. There you go.
Yeah.
The All Gums podcast.
This is getting worse.
Yeah, that's our
Possibly.
Halloween episode, which is out now. And if you haven't heard it already, you should head over to the NoSleepPodcast.com and check out our Halloween special.
Yes, that's a very good point, Olivia, because often the feed, the story goes out on a Sunday, but because of Halloween, of course. So if you haven't already checked check your No Sleep podcast feed. It is there for both season pass and free listeners. And believe it or not, the episode is over 3 hours long. So
Yeah, I got a little bit carried away putting it together. I was like, oh yeah, we can fit one more in. We can fit one more in.
So
There's
yeah,
like the 2 hours of the season pass one.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of Halloween content.
Oops.
Yeah, that's right. If you're a
6
season pass
stories
member,
each.
if you're a season pass member, there's a lot of horror, Halloween horror for you. So
We've been working on these 2 episodes since when, Jessica? May, I think?
Oh my god, yeah.
Phil's sick.
Yeah.
Did we do this?
Actually, who? What?
So is this why Phil is sick?
I think so.
Probably. But we
Yeah.
did get the Halloween stuff up very early for a change. But we've been working on it. I think a couple of the stories I even commissioned as early as January. So we have spent the last 10 months working on Halloween. So I hope everybody enjoys it and that we've done a good job. I think.
Well, yeah, I was going
numbers. We almost have 15 views now.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. I mean, a huge kudos and thanks and appreciation goes out to everyone who worked on it. Certainly, Olivia, Jessica, the editorial team for putting it all together.
Ashley's in chat. What's up, Ashley?
Oh, sorry, Ashley. Yes, of course.
And Alex is around as well, I think.
Alex, great work
Who-
in editorial and social media. We've got all our producers, Jeff, Jesse, and Phil, did so much work on this. And yeah, I mean, I knew this was in good hands, so much so that I decided to just get married the week before Halloween, the busiest week of the year. So
I think every time it comes to Halloween, there's something going on, isn't there? Because the last 2 years there was a tour.
yeah, that's right. We're touring that. Yeah.
I'm manning the fort at home, but I think we
Yeah.
pulled through pretty well.
Yeah, a year ago tonight,
You
we were
still
in
let me
LA.
nag you. You still let me nag you about work stuff, whether you're getting married or on tour or anything. So
Right.
I've got the support there.
Yeah, we have an amazing team. So thank you to everyone who contributed, and I hope all our fans enjoy it. It's amazing episodes. And after
Great fun
tonight,
to put together.
we go on vacation, and there's no more episodes for the rest of the year. Wait, what?
That's a Christmas episode I'm putting together.
Yeah, we're already working on Christmas.
Yeah.
I've got some stories underway from some authors. I'm not going to say who yet. And we've got some good Christmas submissions in already. So,
So
if
much good
people have
stuff.
still got Christmas stuff to send us, I would suggest getting it in the next couple of weeks if you can.
And put
Because
Christmas in the subject of the
yes,
email so we
please
can
do
find
that. But when we get the holiday submissions, we have been having Halloween submissions literally right up until last night. So I need to tell anyone, if you submitted a Halloween thing in October, I'm afraid it didn't get considered for this year. And certainly the person that sent one last night, we couldn't run it in today's episode. I'm sorry.
Unless you
But I'm
slipped
I'm
in
sure
a $50 bill.
Yeah.
Into the
Well,
email, of
I
course.
think we need a bit more than $50 to run the story the next day.
Olivia's easy. She's not cheap. I can tell you that. Come on.
Yes, quite right.
Why?
Wonderful,
Here's
wonderful.
Wonderwall.
No.
Kyle.
What are you talking about? I
Yeah,
don't know
Kyle, you were doing some picking and a grinning there.
I was just doing the No Sleep theme on the guitar.
Never Wonderwall.
Hey, Freebird.
Never Neil. No.
Yeah, I can do it on the guitar. I just learned it.
Noel Gallagher.
Play it
Get out
loud.
of here.
I want
No,
to hear
I'm
it.
not. Nope. That's it. That's all you get.
That's a funky tune.
Well,
Brandon
Brandon's
left,
gone.
and so we needed a maestro of some sort.
Brandon left. I didn't notice.
No one ever does.
Oh.
Slipped away.
Oof.
Don't feel bad. Never feel bad for Brandon.
Never.
I love you, Brandon.
So Jimmy, you're the main man heading our Facebook fan group, doing a great job. What does Halloween night hold for you in the Bay Area?
I'm probably gonna be just trying to take care of the newborn, trying to keep it from screaming, and try to squeeze deadlifts in between all that.
Jimmy.
The thing.
She has a name, and it's Olivia.
Let me go get my angry bunny. I'll be back.
Yay! She's the tiniest
His
bunny.
daughter is the most adorable little
I hope he brings
human
back a cat.
in the world.
Sheba's back.
She's very.
Look how little. Hi, Mini Olivia.
The tiniest one.
Oh my goodness!
She's
Look
not
at that
named after
face.
me, in case anyone's
Yours are a little
wondering.
long for her age.
Tiny bit. She's very small.
She'll grow into those ears.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye, tiny bunny.
While we're talking about Jimmy, I'd just like to give him a shout out for some of the excellent stories he's written for us lately as well.
Of course, I forgot.
most
Jimmy's a great
recently-
author.
Yeah, we ran Mother Maggie's.
Oh.
That was absolutely
Oh yeah, I read that
excellent.
one. Oh, I had to,
Grim, wasn't it?
I had to say some stuff that made me really uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. And that one's just gone down so well with fans that you should be very proud, Jimmy. And we've got some excellent stories from Jimmy in the wings ready to run throughout season 15 and 16. So keep an eye out for, or an ear out for some more work from Jimmy.
Do they
And I
feature nipple torture? Because that's always exciting.
If not, then they will do by the time we run them.
If they do, I don't need. You can give that to somebody else to narrate. That's fine.
What? And Kyle's playing lead.
Oh no!
We have
Kyle
that
plays
there.
all the
Insert
characters.
Nipple play into each.
I have some concerns.
This was not nipple play. If you haven't listened to Mother Maggie's, it is play is a very loose term for what happened.
My mom's in chat
It was
right now.
all
Hi,
work
Mom.
and no
Hi,
play.
Miss McAvoy. We're talking about nipple play.
Hi, Mama McAvoy.
It's about that no nap
McAvoy.
podcast, huh?
Mama McAvoy.
Mama McAvoy with her little talisman.
Little voodoo
wire
dolls.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Just like in The Haunting of Bly House, all the little dolls.
Hi, Jessica's mum and Audrey's mum.
This is true. Yeah, Mom texted me, Audrey. She was like, "Hi, I'm in chat," and I'm like, "Oh no."
Clean it up, everyone. Clean it up.
Kitty.
Oh, there's another little baby.
Another kitty.
Baby looks
Maybe this one will start crying too.
I've got like 12 animals. I'm sorry.
Do you want to
count
bring
your
your
baby in
snakes out
that?
next, Jimmy?
I
said, do you want to bring your snake out next, Jimmy?
No.
Easy now. Mama McAvoy's in the
Oh, yeah, let's keep that under wraps.
We've had nipple play already. We don't need any snakes out.
Whip
There's
out
also
your snake.
baby sugar gliders. Yeah, we'll keep the snake firmly caged then.
Sorry, I got lost
No,
in the
no,
thought
no.
of snakes there.
I love snakes.
Still thinking about Bly.
Same.
What a good show.
Bly was really good, yeah.
Well, folks, as
Yeah.
the embers behind me are slowly fading away, it's a good metaphor for our stream. And what a great 3 hours it's been as we have told some stories, heard some real stories, creepy, creepy stories. Well done to everyone who shared tales with us tonight. And,
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle, your story definitely shined very
Thank you so
brightly.
much.
Get that published.
Get that published. That's right. Yeah, we should. It's funny you talk about The Shining and some guy named Stephen King, but I should also mention we have our great friend TJ Lee has 2 podcasts that we do in conjunction with the No Sleep podcast. There is The Table Read, in which TJ interviews a lot of the great writers that you've heard on the show, people like Gemma, S.H. Cooper, P.F. McGrail, I'm forgetting many, Bonnie Quinn, people like that. So if you're familiar with the No Sleep subreddit and you're familiar with our authors, he interviews them and you learn a lot about their process and how they write. And then the other podcast is called The Writer's Mythos. And this is a cool sort of half-an-hour documentary type production where we learn about great writers like Lovecraft and Poe. And this week, just released on Wednesday, was Stephen King. And what's cool about those shows is that we have some of our voice actors read the words of the authors, and portraying Stephen King is our very own Peter Lewis. So check that out, The Writer's Mythos and The Table Read. So there's a little plug for TJ's.
Please go listen to them. They are absolutely excellent. And TJ puts so much work into the research, and he's got a whole research team.
Yeah.
And they put so much into it, and they're just a joy to listen to. So we're very glad to have those as part of our family.
Yes, absolutely. So, and if you haven't heard it on this week's show, we had a little trailer for a new podcast that's coming out in November called The Oyster. This is an amazing production from the team who brought you The Darkest Night and Deadly Manners. There'll be some No Sleep voices in it, but there are some top-notch Hollywood actors in this thing. It's like
I'm
a
excited
10-hour
to hear this.
audio drama, sci-fi thing with some people you know from some of your favorite TV shows, and it is going to be amazing. So we're going to make sure you are aware of when The Oyster drops in November. So much content and love for your ears and your eyes when you look at us on the screen. I don't know what that means, but make sure you keep up to date with the podcasts that we're putting out, because a lot of people are working hard to give you good quality content. Yeah, that's no joke.
And I'm sure we've got plenty more new exciting things coming as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've got some exciting plans to 2021. There's some things coming that we haven't announced yet. So
indeed. So hi.
Elijah
Wood part 2.
Awesome.
Kelly's joining us again.
What,
but yes,
part 2?
Elijah Wood. Yes, we'll
Elijah
get lots
Wood
of
part 2. Yeah.
Well, folks, hey, listen, thank you so much to everyone who joined us on the stream, who tuned in, watched us on YouTube, and was part of the chat. And for Atticus, for just being you.
Oh, Atticus. Being an absolute Chad.
Oh, my. So, from all of us to all of you, have a happy Halloween. Be safe. Don't eat too many Halloween candies, and just have a great time tonight. The Night of the Dead. So there you go. Thanks, folks. Bye, everybody. Happy Halloween,
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Watch some great horror movies. And don't
If you
get
have
tucked away in
nightmares,
any
write them
memories.
down.
Oh, goodness. I will stop the live stream. Bye.